There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. Alright, so, partially fucking live. Yeah, this stream is sponsored by Raid from the Lesser Saints Discord. It's the only raid I'll ever have on this channel. Fucking, I don't know. I keep seeing those like Raid Shadow Legends. It's like between the commercials themselves, right, and like the sponsors, like the sponsorship fucking ads that I see, which are even more annoying. I don't even want to look at that fucking game. So I don't want to look at that fucking game at all. Let me make sure I got everything set up correctly. Nope. See, I almost fucked one thing up. But I managed not to all the way. So good for me. How is it going, everybody? Welcome to Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, exactly, Wrath. Yeah, the #1 RPG game that no one actually plays. Like, I want to get a sponsorship from Duolingo. I'm gonna be like, Duolingo, it'll remind you to fuck with it more than I will. You're welcome, America. Yeah, I mean, shit. I keep waiting for a sponsorship deal, but then I remember I'm never gonna get one, so I'm just gonna make my own up. That's right. I'm gonna make up my own sponsors soon. 'Cause, well, I've been noticing there's been a gradual increase in the in the viewership of this show from time to time, which has been nice. But I have noticed in general, numbers just keep plummeting. They just keep plummeting down, 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 down. Now, my self-loathing is more than primed and happy and ready to just blame that on the fact that I'm not entertaining. Fucking flies got in. I need to stop leaving the windows open. Yeah, that I'm just not entertaining. But what fun is that? Jesus Christ. I'm about ready to actually start blaming the liberal media for suppressing my shit. I'm looking to hack into any sort of like organic creator algorithm I can find right now. So, I mean, right now you see like fucking Steven Crowder like whining and complaining like a little bitch about, oh, I'm getting suppressed by the big tech. Fuck you, dude. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Just get suppressed by virtue of having shitty choice in friends in the past. Fucking way more effective at drowning your shit. But I'm actually about ready to start making up my own fucking sponsors. Yeah, that's right. Because I've got it actually. Funny enough, because I have been for like several years now. I got this Moleskine journal, which for the record, I don't like Moleskines. I just don't. I mean, for one thing, anything with lined paper, I'm not writing in it. It's like a notebook from high school. Why the fuck would I do that? But I have been using this as sort of a joke and a bit book. And I do have a whole bunch of very real sponsorship ideas in here from companies that totally exist. You might be seeing them soon. Also happy to announce, I've been like fucking working on this for what? I just popped the fucking pen out of there. Now I don't know where it went. Anyway, happy to also announce though that I've renewed seeking guests, interesting people to come on and chit chat with me. By the way, yes, I am wearing these glasses for a reason. It's not just fashionable. All week my sleep patterns have been an absolute fucking nightmare. Like, ridiculously bad. Like, I will lie down at midnight and I will lie there for 7 hours sometimes before I even begin to fall asleep. And then I'm gonna kill this fucking thing tonight. And then yeah, when I finally fall asleep, it's like 2 hours of sleeping, and wake up. Fuck, nothing to do. It's still the useless time of day. All right, I'm gonna try to go back to sleep. Like 2-3 hours is like the most I can get at any given time now. I can usually fall asleep within 15 minutes of that afterwards. But regardless to say, I've got more luggage under my eyes than a Delta flight. So here you go. What else has been going on? Oh, yes. As part of my realization that things need to change around here. Yeah, I've been searching out guests, but not the old school guests. Not just any old fucking YouTuber who we can bring on the show and then we'll just talk shit later down the line. No. I mean, so Stanhope, I talked to him yesterday. I invited him. He's like, I'd like to do the show, but tomorrow's spaghetti day. Okay. So hopefully he'll be on soon. Also, Dan Lamort, New York-based comic, really funny guy. Also, it was funny because he was on the show before, and one of the things I realized is that over the course of like the last couple years, like year and a half, I guess, the dude's gotten really into his like fitness, into not being like, 'cause he's a heavier guy when he came on. At this point, I am undoubtedly fatter than he is, but but yeah, I was talking to him. He'll be on the show next week. We're also gonna have Vadim, who these days, honestly, I class more as a comedian than a YouTuber because I don't watch YouTube really much anymore. So, sorry, I'm just looking at the levels. Nobody is hearing my AC in the back, are they? Because if I have to turn that thing off, this whole thing is gonna turn into a snuff film, pretty much. It's been like 90 degrees outside all day, and I live in a brick building. I would rather not cook like a goddamn pizza. But yeah, so Vadim will be on Monday. Wednesday, we've got Dan Lamort coming in. I'm going to try to see if Stanhope will come back. He keeps saying he does genuinely want to come back to the show. But apparently, between the weirdness of the lockdown, the fact that such weirdness leads to heavy drinking, and we can't knock him for that. Almost forgot to set up another thing, and he's like I want to do it. I'm just not sure. You got to catch me at the right time. I'm like, all right, dude, that works. So yep, comedians, actors, writers, people who actually create things, other than YouTube content will be coming on. It's funny, for a moment I like want to hang my head. I'm like, that's what I do, and then I'm like, wait, no, I wrote a book, and then I'm like, wait, no one bought it. I mean, a few people did, but. Owen Rath, I will be getting yours out this week. I've got like a list of books I need to send out, and so that should hopefully be good. I sent one to David Packman. You can tell because he didn't read it and didn't mention it because, well, all the same. Did I read your Streamlabs message on Wednesday? I know I did. I know I did. So, I guess, yeah. Yeah, it's been but yep. So I'm looking to like give this show a last minute kick in the ass to hope, because between this and my channel, like this, I am genuinely, and I'm not. This isn't like I don't want to spend too much time, but I am rapidly approaching a point where if things don't turn around, I probably will look into moving on to other things. It's Oh no! Here's the thing. I've talked to David about being on his show before. Give him like mics. This is the thing I hate about like the YouTube political sphere, right? I got respect for David Packman because the guy knows what he's talking about. He's well read. He's well educated. He even teaches, and he's a smart guy. But for the rest of it, what's the fucking point? What is the fucking point? I mean, look at this. I mean, I was thinking about this, and it was honestly, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna be open and honest here with you guys about this now. This shit pissed me the fuck off. I've gotten a lot of criticism in the past from people saying everything from "it seems like you're trying to pander," which I never really did, to "it doesn't seem like you're expressing your real opinions," which I always do. The former never happens, the latter never satisfies. And yet, for some reason, a racist cunt like Lauren Southern can blow herself up and then just make a comeback, no problem. And we see this over and over again. And this is why I hate YouTubers, to be fucking honest with you. Is because, like, the industry and the environment itself is one, it caters to disingenuous, lying scumbags. And those are the people who consistently do the best. They do the fucking best. And you know, and if you've been with this show long enough, you also know the kind of shit I'm talking about in general. Like, I mean, honestly, this entire thing taught me never step up for anyone. Never get anyone's back, because they will never have yours. And it's this cycle of, like, self-interested narcissists, oftentimes who have no understanding of anything outside of reading their preferred news journals. Why the fuck should I bother? Fuck it. No, I don't want to be on David Pakman. What the fuck point would there be? And it's a sad thing. It's because, like, you know, you can have experience and you can have understanding. It doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. I mean, the very fact that Andy Worski is capable of maintaining the audience while at the same time Crouten T is, tells me everything I need to know about the politically minded YouTube scene. It's that it is, in a word, retarded. It doesn't have a fucking clue. It's not interested in insider experience. It just wants autistic crusaders and edgy boys, and fuck all of that noise. That's why I'm not so keen. I don't really give a fuck about going on shows like that. Instead, I would rather hang out and chat with comedians and with actors, with writers, with people who actually make things. Because if there's one thing I've definitely learned, if you make things, even if it fails, at least you have that thing that you made that you can say that you actually did. As opposed to just saying, hey, I got a really big following online because I caught a bunch of lucky breaks and stepped on a bunch of other people's backs. Yeah, fuck that. And I say this honestly, having, like, run with real, like, Hollywood-style fucking film people, this new media shit is so much worse. And the people in it and the people who rise within it are so fucking awful. So, from here on out, as long as this show survives, provided it doesn't drown in a sea of fucking obscurity like everything else, yeah, that's going to be the focus, is actually talking to, like, creative people who make things. Because that's a better use of time. It's a better use of my time. It's a better use of your time, too. Honestly, how fucking interesting really is it to listen to, like, fucking YouTubers talk about YouTube? You know, I mean, maybe you're 13. Maybe that's your thing. I don't fucking know. But, I mean, honestly, like, the Keemstar H3H3 thing, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, nope, I'm done. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. One guy whose best joke is, like, pulling his chin into his neck, and the other guy whose biggest joke is actually just being himself in public. Fuck off. I'm all set. I regret ever getting involved in any of this shit. But I do enjoy this show, and I do enjoy producing my content. So a few more months. If it continues to drown and it dies and it goes away, well, then have fun with all those people you call daddy. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I'll figure something out myself. But provided that it doesn't die, my hope is actually to make a genuine show with this thing again. And so, like, have interesting people to talk to and find out about interesting things that go on outside of the internet. So we'll see how that pans out. Few interesting people have reached out. It's one of those weird things, too. Like, I'm persona non grata with YouTubers in general. Like, none of them will fucking respond to me at all. Well, sometimes they will, but if it ever comes to, like, doing anything together, it's like, no. I don't know what the fucking deal is. Don't really care either. But it has been funny, though, because when you actually make the effort to actually reach out to genuinely creative and talented people, if they're so interested, they'll be like, well, sure, fucking, yeah, you got a thing going on. I like that. Let's give it a shot. So, we'll see where things go. I'm going to call this all a big fucking probationary period at this point, because honestly, if I keep trying to do this shit after all of the fucking hits I've taken and all of the fucking miserable failure that's resulted from it, I'm going to be homeless in about 2 months. So, I'd like to avoid that. But next week should be a lot of fun. Next week, I've got at least 2, possibly 3, because if Doug doesn't get back to me, I'm going to fucking shame Nick LaValle until his bones are rattling in his skin for all the times that he agreed to come on and never did. Just so we can have some interesting and funny fucking people on here. That'd be a good time. At least I hope so. So that was a fun fucking 20 minutes of ranting there. I noticed, well, it's just the Scully maggots hanging out tonight. As usual, if you want to jump in the Discord, go right ahead. I'll be pulling people in shortly. Let's have a look-see. I'm going to drop this. There we go. Let's have a look-see. And there we are. Happy Juneteenth once again, everyone. I do have some sad news to share with you, though. Some very, very sad news. Oh, my God. I'm just going to stop streaming on fucking YouTube, to be honest with you. Anyway, yes, very sad news to share with you. So the famous bus, I don't know if any saw this, but the famous bus from Into the Wild, which has been a deadly tourist lure, which honestly, the guy died there because he got trapped there and then he couldn't find anything to eat. And a bunch of these fucking hippies are just like, man, I want to go out and find that fucking bus. Well, a lot of people, apparently a number of people have died. So Alaska's Into the Wild bus, known as the deadly tourist lure, has been removed by air. Look at that. Tell me, hang on, let me see if I can bring it up here so you can get a better look. Like, so I'm just thinking, like, look at this and tell me that doesn't look like some kind of like, this is like an IRL fucking Fortnite fucking thing right here. Fuck off. But yeah, they deployed a Chinook helicopter to go and pull this bus out. And the abandoned bus on Stampede Trail in Alaska, made famous by the book and film Into the Wild, made its first journey in decades, this time by air. Wow. An Alaska Army National Guard Chinook helicopter airlifted the bus, also known as the Fairbanks Bus 142 and the Magic Bus. It's magic because it's haunted by the ghosts of dead hippies. On Thursday afternoon, the guard said the decision to remove the bus in coordination with the Department of Natural Resources was made out of concern for public safety, the guard said in a statement. In its current location near Haley, Alaska, the bus has drawn people into danger of the Alaska wilderness. Well, yeah, the whole story is the guy fucking died there. But it's like, yeah, it's sort of like, I too wish I could have been on the Titanic. That sounds like a lovely time. Let's see, it'll be secured while the department considers all options for its permanent placement. I personally would say put it into a museum. Put it into a museum. Maybe like Museum of Natural History, something like that. Something to, celebrate Alaska's wildland. Like, this bus was home to and grave of this dude. The nonfiction book chronicles the life of Christopher McCandless, who grew up in an affluent suburb of Washington. It takes an affluent suburbanite to want to reject all the comforts of modern society and die in a goddamn school bus. Let's see. After graduating from Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia in 1990, he left behind a comfortable life and headed west without telling his friends and family members. In April 92, he hitchhiked to Alaska, where a man dropped him off the head of Stampede Trail. According to the book, a few days later, he came upon an abandoned bus and lived there for about 3 months before deciding to head back to civilization. As he attempted to make his way back, he arrived at a crossing at the Teclanica River. Yep, there we go. Nailed it. But because the river was running fast and high from rain and snowfall from glaciers, he was unable to make his way across. Defeated, he turned around and headed towards the bus, where he survived about a month before succumbing to death. What the fuck? Succumbing to death? I mean, you can get a little more specific? I'm curious. I mean, I seen the movie. I know he ate some bad beans. But, yep, he died in 92. Hikers from around the world attempt to retrace McCandless' steps every year, but many have failed and have had to be rescued. Some even died. Well, then I guess you could say that those people followed in his footsteps. rather perfectly. Yeah. No, that wasn't even a pun. Last February, firefighters and Alaska State Troopers rescued 5 Italian hikers on the Stampede trails. They were returning from visiting the abandoned bus. Less than a year before, a Belarus woman died on the trail trying to cross the river to visit the bus with her new husband. The fuck? I mean, no. There's plenty of abandoned buses out there you can go to. There's no need to go fucking running off in the goddamn wild blue yonder. Well, actually, whatever the fuck color. Actually, it's a bit of blue. Wild green yonder. Just so you can fucking die in a goddamn school bus. You out of your goddamn... Get on there. Anyway, so rest in pepperonis to the magic bus. Let's take a look here. Oh, Krabby 90. $10 reviews. Nick, I hope things go well if you no matter what you do. They seldom do. Obviously, I would like to see the show continue, but here's some money and hope for music. Oh, we will play that during the break. We certainly will. And I mean, again, this isn't one of these, like, I don't want to burn this fucking thing down, but quite honestly, like, I've been treading water ever since the bullshit. Let's be honest. And a lot of people are, no, here's the thing. What killed this show, what killed my work, we all know what the fuck it was. And we know who the fuck it was. Never got better. I've been treading water ever since, trying to do everything I can to figure it out. I don't want it to die. I love doing this. And I'll probably keep doing this no matter the fuck what. But it's getting to that point. It's getting to that borrowing a little more than I should need to point. So anyway, whatever. Fuck all that noise. We've got news to do, you fucking savages. Let's take a look here. This is great. I think I'm going to share this petition once we go through this. Petition calls for Columbus, Ohio be renamed Flavortown. Oh shit, this is a BLM related controversy too. I didn't even think about that. That's fucking phenomenal. Alright. Let's see. Juneteenth. UPI. The controversy over depictions of Christopher Columbus in Columbus, Ohio. Everyone knows he was actually named for Columbo. Well, I guess we're about to find out, won't we? Has led to an online petition calling for the city to be renamed Flavortown in honor of Guy Fieri. The city of Columbus announced Thursday that the statue of Columbus outside of City Hall will be removed, and officials are asking the Arts and Commission to consider changes to the city's seal, flag, and other symbols. The Change.org petition, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and sign. Hang on. I'm going to go ahead and sign this myself right now. Yes, sir, Bob. I'm going to do that. Let's see. Columbus is an amazing city, but one whose name is tarnished by the very name itself. Its namesake, Christopher Columbus, is the bad place because of all of his raping, slave trading, and genocide. It's not exactly a proud legacy. Why not rename the city Flavortown? The name is twofold. For one, it honors Central Ohio's proud heritage as a culinary crossroads, so I'll take your word for it. And one of the nation's largest test markets for the food industry. Secondly, Chef Celebrity, there we go, Guy Fieri was born in Columbus. Boom! Makes fucking sense. I'm all in. I'm all in on this. I'm all in on Flavortown. I'm not up to date on my Columbus Town charters or whether it takes a town vote referendum. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna sign this. I'm gonna share this shit with you. I'm gonna share this shit with you people. Go ahead and sign the petition. I'm gonna read it out. Let's rename Columbus, Georgia, Flavortown. That's right. I'm tweeting this out too. I want everyone to get on board. I want everyone to sign this shit. I want this to fucking happen. I'm gonna be the first person to sign the fucking petition. Wait, hang on. Keep forgetting Brave makes me like... Okay, I'm not. Alright, I'm gonna be the 10,800 and... God damn it! Alright. do, 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 do. We can wander through the forest. I'm not giving you any money. Anyway, I want everyone to go and sign that goddamn petition. You see? Wait. Oh. Wow, really? Holy shit, sorry. Fuck off, god damn it. Hang on. It's like, why is there a giant fucking... Why is there a goddamn giant thing there? It's like the petition itself is the link was, let me try it again. There we go. Everyone now can go and sign this petition so that we can make sure that we will have Flavortown, Ohio. I like this, honestly. This has brought my entire fucking day up, if I'm going to be honest with you. Why not rename the city's Flavortown? Guy Fieri, he was born there in 1968. Let's see, it's a Friday afternoon, which is now, so that's 10,000. So since then, yeah, it's 10,008. No, look at the climate. I'm guessing those are you. My people have made this country great again. And I'm so happy. You make me very proud, folks. Very, very proud. Wait, what did I just do with that? Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm back to breaking the goddamn rules. So, yeah, beloved, the Buckeyes won and all. I agree. Can you imagine? What is it? Does Columbus have any of its own sports teams? Can you imagine, like, let's say they had, like, the Columbus Circumnavigators. I don't fucking know. But then they changed it to, like, the Flavortown Raiders. Oh, tell me that doesn't have a fucking ring to it, eh? So, well, that's the thing I'm hoping happens. Here's a funny thing, though. When's the last time you thought about Samwise Gamgee affecting foreign policy by virtue of making shitty bets with political officials? Oh, you haven't thought about that in a while? Prepare to have your mind blown. That's right. Coronavirus ties. I don't know what the fuck that means. Taoiseach? Is that it? Does anyone here speak Gaelic? Fuck it, Taoiseach. Anyway, Taoiseach Leo Varadkar, quotes Mean Girls during COVID-19 briefing. In case you didn't think this shit didn't make any sense anymore, you were fucking wrong.
Some have asked whether there's a limit to what we can achieve. My answer is that limit does not exist. We've been here before, and we know the way out.
Well, that's fucking stirring. It's kind of like when Trump said, "Join me and together we will restore order to the streets of Minneapolis." He slipped in a reference to the 2014 classic as he announced further rolling back COVID-19 restrictions on Friday. Yes, Lindsay Lohan is Lindsay Lohan movies. That's who you wanna. That's what you wanna be quoting when you're like saying, "Hey, I'm not feeling this whole coronavirus thing. It's kind of a downer. So we will be brave in the way Lindsay Lohan has been brave every single time she's gone to rehab." Some asked whether there's a limit to what we can achieve. Mr. Vadkar said, before drawing up the line from the hit movie, "My answer is that the limit does not exist." Oh, God. God help us. Please tell me there's a comment section. Oh, I can't get through this. Yeah, well, so apparently, though, the reason he did this was because Lord of the Rings and Goonies star Sean Astin, do you remember when he was, like, just a little pudge and not the big, "I love you, Mr. Frodo" pudge? Yeah, well, he apparently He bet the Irish leader 50 quid to quote Mean Girls in his next speech. So, you know, the Irish government's a very serious thing. It's a very serious fucking thing. The wager came in response to Vatican drawing upon a poignant Samwise Gamgee quote during an earlier coronavirus briefing in which he said, "So this afternoon, let me end with words of hope. In the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come, and when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer." Oh, God. Welcome to 2020, everybody. Samwise Gamgee's getting political officials in Ireland to quote Lindsay Lohan from Bad Girls in the midst of a pandemic. God damn, history's gonna look back darkly on this, and not just because all the dead people. The line referred to a moment in the trilogy when Sam said, "How can the world go back to the way it was when so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer." Is this him saying that?
In phase 3, which we expect to commence on Monday the 29th of June, all sporting activities, including close contact sports, can recommence. This includes team leagues for adults and children. But this announcement comes with terms and conditions.
I'm just waiting for him to say, like, if you should show up to a sporting event without a mask, then you shall be told, you shall not pass. Now, if anybody can give me a decent Lindsay Lohan quote to work in there, that'd be fantastic.
The virus hasn't gone away. We're all still susceptible to it. People should still work from home if they can. Mass gatherings of people will be limited to 50 people indoors and 200 people outdoors until the 20th of July. All going well, this will rise to 100.
Is anybody else waiting for a Lord of the Rings quote? Because I know I am. And I'm starting to get disappointed. I'm starting to think, maybe he's not fit for office.
100 people indoors and 500 people outdoors.
This is girl world, and all the battles must be fought discreetly.
Thereafter.
Nailed it. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, yep, that's where we're at these days. It's almost like everyone's like, well, it's like, I can pretty much do whatever I want now, given the fact that, you know, Trump's out there. Shit. I could just quote Dr. Manhattan. Tell everyone to fuck off. I'm going off to the Scottish Isle of Man. I've had enough of these people and their problems. I'm tired of being tangled in the... Wait, hang on. Hang on, how's it go? Fuck it, now I'm just gonna find it because I'm curious. Also because this is like... I see Vernaculus tweet this all the time and I'm like, hey! You only think that way because I said that. Yeah, this fantabulous fucking scene, which we'll watch and then get copy struck for. It's fine, though.
These people. I am tired of Earth. These people. I'm tired of being caught in the tangle of their lives.
I know, Scully, I know. This is basically me and Vernaculus and alternating turns. With the exception of the naked blue dot. And also I'm a little thicker around the midsection.
They claim their labors are to build a heaven. Yet their heaven is populated with horrors.
That sounds familiar.
Perhaps the world is not made.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Perhaps nothing is made.
I'm kind of retarded.
A clock without a craftsman. It's too late. Always has been. Always will be. Too late.
Yep, pretty fucking much, I'd say. No, I don't need fucking autoplay. Oh, I turned autoplay on for some reason. Whoops. So yeah. All right, you know what? Actually, let's just jam into this because it's depressing news, but it's worthwhile news, and we need to talk about it. Sir Ian Holm, rest in pepperonis, rest in power, rest in peace, rest in the West, my friend. Died at 88. Pretty good fucking ripe old age, I'd say. Get out of here. So, Sir Ian, Oscar nominated as Olympic running coach Sam Musabani in Chariots of Fire. Also played Android Ash in 1979's Alien. It is a great sadness we can confirm that the actor Sir Ian Holm, CBE, passed away this morning at the age of 88. I mean, they're going through that. But I want to actually, you know what? Actually, let's just bring this back real quick. What is your favorite Ian Holm role? Yeah? Was it Lord of the Rings, like everyone else? Was it Alien, like a lot of people? Was it The Fifth Element, which everyone needs to keep in mind? It's one of the most beautiful works of science fiction ever. Which one? What do you like? What's your favorite? Let me know in the chat real quick. I'm going to pay close attention to it. Well, at least on Twitch. No one's over on fucking YouTube. Wrath, I doubted I would make it to fucking 30, and here I am fat enough to prove I did more than that. So, yeah, we'll all unfortunately live well into our hundreds with all of our bitterness and regret. But yeah, he was amazing. He was goddamn amazing. Let's take a look. I mean, just not the images, the videos. It's. That's not what I wanted. You cunt. There we go.
Mr. Ruby Rod is the biggest for here.
No, that's not what I wanted either. I want a decent fucking... Give me a good Ian Holmes Fifth Element. Fine, fuck you, I'll just go to YouTube. Classic.
Simply black. Here it is, peaceful, serene, boring. But if it is destroyed.
By the way, I don't want anyone to draw any, misapprehensions, but I kind of think that without knowing it, I was channeling Zorg in my last video.
Look at all these little things. So busy now. Notice how each one is useful. What a lovely ballet ensues, so full of form and color. Now, think about all those people that created them. Technicians, engineers, hundreds of people who will be able to feed their children tonight so those children can grow up big and strong.
Little itty bitty children of their own.
Little teeny weeny children of their own, and so on and so forth. Thus adding to the great chain of life.
Water, fruit,
You see, Father, by creating a little destruction,
a cherry.
I'm in fact encouraging life. In reality,
Pinky's up to that. Also, let's all just relish the fact that we got to live in a time in which we got to watch Gary Oldman and Ian Holm in the same scene in one of the most wonderful and ridiculous science fiction films ever made.
reality, you and I are in the same business. Cheers.
Oh, and tell me honestly that when you saw this little creature come up, tell me you didn't want one.
The robot to pat you on the back.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's a reaction video now.
Are they children? Maybe.
There he is! Tell me you didn't want one of those. I fucking dare you. I know you did. I still do. I wonder whose eyeballs they gave to it.
There you see now how all your so-called power counts for absolutely nothing. How your entire empire of destruction comes crashing down, all because of one little chip.
The skin chilla. I like that. I like that, Wrath. That's a good one. Well, rest in peace, Sir Ian Holm. You are irreplaceable. You are not just a credit to your profession, but you set a very high bar. And I hope people remember you as more than just Bilbo. So, rest in pepperonis, my good friend. Let's take a look. What else do we have? Hey, let's look at some fun Manchester news. You know how, especially when it comes to, crime, we're always hearing, especially in this day and age, we're always hearing about how black people commit more crime than white people, blah, 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 blah. I am Mark Collett, please don't let black people on Broadway. Well, here comes New Hampshire. Proving that it's got the cream of the fucking crop. Actually, let me just bring you in a little closer so you can get a look at these goon fuck bag stooges. Oh my goodness, look at that! That is basically OK Cupid. That is Tinder in New Hampshire right there. Oh, that's right. Queen City Police arrested 15 people on dealing, possession, and other warrants during a substance about reduction effort. Who the fuck pays this person rent? Oh, the chick with the blue hair? I'm gonna guess that one's probably doing the meth. This guy's looking at this fat girl's titties. This guy's really upset he's not hanging out closer to this one, because he's had that before, and that was kind of fun. Oh, look at the... Here's the thing. This is the race that you're, Oh, yeah, no, oh, God, Wrath, no. All of our news here is either... Here's the weird thing about New Hampshire news, is that news in New Hampshire is one of, two things primarily. Either horrible crimes and drugs committed usually by trashy-looking fucking people, or, look at this mansion we've got going out here. Kill me, please. But, yeah, so... The police department's largest city youth substance abuse reduction grant. That's money from the federal government in the live free or die we don't like them taxes state. To put an extra effort into apprehending numerous people who had outstanding warrants on drug charges in Manchester. These people? No. I especially love this guy right here, though. He looks like a Tim and Eric character. And that just warms the cockles of my cold, dead heart. The Department's Special Enforcement Division conducted an operation on June 17th, according to Heather Hamill. 15 people were arrested on warrants, failure to appear, and other charges. The suspects were actively engaged in drug activity, meaning they were high as shit when they were finally apprehended. All these warrants were direct result of drug investigations conducted by the Special Enforcement Division and the Substance Abuse Reduction Group. Blah, blah, blah. 2 men arrested from the residences outside of Manchester. Andre Parent, pictured upper left center. So that's Andre Parent. Good job. Of Hooksett, who was arrested for the sale of a controlled drug. And Richard Gurley, 25, of Milford, upper left, who was arrested on a possession charge. You don't say. I really don't give a fuck who these people are. I just thought this was charming, and I just really like showing this picture off. This is New Hampshire. This is New Hampshire. This is what it is right here. Look at it. This is peak fentanyl performance right here. And these people, they got bright futures making license plates. I'm just kidding. We've already outsourced that to Canada. So, hey, what are you gonna do? Let's see. UK woman with the UK's biggest lips makes $5,000 each month by financially degrading men. Can you imagine giving this goddamn creature money? The fuck is wrong? How many sad virgins are there in the world to where when they look at this, they're like, oh, I want to pay you. This is worse than Twitch thoughterry. This is worse than Twitch thoughterry. It really is. And I'm saying that as a Twitch thought myself. By the way, here's a nipple. You all owe me $20. I'm not kidding about that too. You owe me $20 now. Fucking started an OnlyFans account and no one's fucking... I don't have any fans, so I need to like extort you whenever I can. Just look at that fucking thing. Oh my god. Can you imagine her trying to talk? Can you imagine her trying to speak? Money no pigs. Your mouth looks like a prolapsed butthole with Dutch boy paint on it, honey. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Oh my god. She has her heart set on an extreme look and plans to continue going on with the surgery. She says, I'm doing a head-to-toe transformation. I want to go very extreme with my face like Pete Burns and Amanda Lepore. Who are these people? Huh? Oh. Hang on, this chick thinks that's something to aspire to.
I'll be honest with you.
Fucking, what the fuck?
I'm kind of
is that?
retarded.
Why the fuck? What is the other one? I looked up the first one and now I'm just like, oh god. I can only imagine what the other one looks like. This, to think though, he started out as this, then he ended up as this. I don't think that worked out for you. Oh my god! No. Oh. No one ready for that. Oh, it's enough of that. I don't. That's the word. Usually nothing like that happens, but just thinking of it. I'll be fine. Hold on. Like this this is suddenly slightly more okay. Oh my god, it looks like one of those things you stick to your car windows. Fucking Jesus Christ. I hate this species so much. She makes thousands of pounds each month by sharing saucy photos of herself online, specializing in financially degrading men. She started off working as an escort, aka a hooker, then realized she could make extra cash with the unusual approach which sees men pay her to demand money from them. It's like every hooker's dream. It really is. This lady is living the prostitution dream. She said, I started off escorting and then quickly realized that there's this whole other world of findom, a form of financial domination whereby men willingly send money to a dom, and cash pigs and cash slaves. Oh, can we... Oh, god damn it. My mind was blown and I've not looked back since. This morning I woke up from a text from a guy asking me if there's anything he'd like to do to me today. I told him, yes, start by emptying your bank account into mine. And then I want you to write lines saying, I must obey Goddess Sophia Lips. And then he sent me $1,700 into still writing lines. And that, by the way, is your financial mistress right there. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Oh, God. All right. She had some very bizarre requests, and starting the usual claims that some men just ask her to meet her at cash points. They then enter their PIN and allow her to draw however much money she likes. She said some men are very strange. They thank me for taking everything and then go on about their day. I've had guys tattoo my name on them without even meeting them. Plane tickets purchased for me to go and see them, and then I've been gifted 2 cars. But I can't drive, so I just sell them. Alright. My stomach's a little upset. Let's I'm gonna put a pause on this. I'm gonna put a pin in all this this newsy bullshit here. And what I want you to do, pay pigs, is jump on into the live room here. Jump on into that live room, and after I play us through some fun stuff, we will come back, have ourselves a little powwow, chat with some folks, jump on in, do a random roll, bring some folks in the second hour of the show. It's all about you, y'all. Let's take a look, though, and see what it starts out with. Crab with the $10 dues there. Says... What's he say here? Nick, I hope things go well for Neiman on what you do. Obviously, I'd like to see the show continue. Here's some money and some hope. Music. Never lose hope. For what are we without it? Oh. I think I know this song.
Some hope for the future.
Nope.
Some wait for the call to say that the days ahead will be the best of all. We will build bridges up to the sky.
Liz, I'm very sorry, but Crab paid for this, and I need to smoke a cigarette.
Heavenly lights surrounding you, and I hope for the future. It's coming soon enough. How much can we achieve? Hope for the future. It will belong to us if we believe. If we believe. Hope shines brightest in the dark when nothing's ever seen. Lighting undiscovered places no one's ever been. surrounding you, and hope shines brightest in the dark when nothing's there.
I will say, that, well, that was, it felt like a music video directed by Neil Breen. I'll say that.
Ever seen, lighting undiscovered places no one's ever been. Hope for the future, hope for the future, hope for the future.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Crab. Another $1 from Crab. Here's one more dollar just because Team Even. That's right, Team Even. Show your flag. Show yourselves. Now, next up from Mickey Ficky, $3. So this happened in her city today. Let's see what this is about. I gotta allow that shit. Allow it. City Council declares masks in public now mandatory. Phoenix City Council issued a declaration Friday requiring most residents to wear a face covering when they are in public to curb further spreading of the coronavirus. The council voted 7-2 during an emergency session to make anyone in the city older than 6 carry a mask or covering and to wear it when they are within 6 feet of others, per social distancing guidelines. Councilman Jim Waring of Sal Dicio voted no. Good for him. Policy goes into effect 6 a.m. Saturday. That's right. You Phoenix people need to get on your goddamn mask game. Let's see. The police chief said her officers are not going to be looking for people not wearing masks, but she added, depending on how large a crowd got, in the event of noncompliance gets egregious, we will have a supervisor respond to the site. Police state for all the best reasons. That sucks, Mickey. And then we got Lord Flappy Hat donating $95 reduce. Thought about writing something clever but couldn't think of anything, so here's money I shouldn't be spending, but that's for future me to worry about. Don't go spending money that you don't have, that you can't afford. But I appreciate it all the same. Thank you, Lord Flappy Hat. You're a true hero. So, let's flip over this way. You know. Let's have a little looky-loo and see what it is we've got working on the random number generator. Now, as it stands, there's only 3 folk who even want to come on in. First one's going to be the one who's been waiting the longest, apparently. Scully! What's happening, Skullbaggert?
Hey, Nick.
How you doing, homie?
I'm doing pretty well, and yourself?
Can't complain. I actually got to turn this up a bit. There we go.
My stuff is acting weird tonight.
Oh, no, it's just because I had to turn everyone down the other night.
No, like, I am probably going to lag out.
Okay, we'll hang until you do, and we'll see where that goes. So what's been new with you this week? Has this week been treating you kindly? Anything fun happened? Anything worthwhile?
Hold on, Nick. I'm going to lag out. I'm going to end up lagging out.
Huh. Oh, okay.
I have no idea what's going on.
I can hear you just fine. I think everyone else can too.
Let's see if that's better. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so much better.
Well, all right. I'm glad it was better for you. It was fine for me.
I couldn't
Everybody
hear
else
you.
could hear you. Oh, okay. Well, then that's a problem.
And the stream was going wonky. Actually, I'm testing some new stuff out to make sure I get 1080p all the time. So when I put in my new case this weekend, I wouldn't have to mess with it.
So what are you going for then? What are you running?
Right now, I'm trying to make sure it stays at 1080p.
No, I
only
mean,
doing
are you doing like a hardware upgrade or something, or what?
hardware upgrade, new computer case.
Nice. What are you upgrading to? That was the point. That was the question.
Just better NVIDIA card. Some more
Which
fans, replacing
which
the old ones.
card? What card? Come on,
I said NVIDIA,
give me details.
960.
Not bad. Not bad.
I have 2 of them.
Oh, not bad at all then. Daisy chaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm still impressed. Years like this entire time I've been in this apartment, right? The entire time this show has been running, I've been running like a 1070 NVIDIA Strix card, and it's been glorious. I mean, even like new games come out, like even when I got on VR and stuff, it was like, yeah, I can handle that. You want to max out all the settings? Yeah, I would love to. You go right ahead, pal. So, you
Mine
must
can
be
handle
excited.
it. It's just keeping the computer cool is the problem. It's an old case, and when I get into this new one, oh man, I have the perfect setup I've been wanting for a long time.
Well, I could say this, like, a friend of mine gave me a heat sink. Like, it was one of those really cool ones. It was all copper. And it was like a fan. It was like a fan shape. It had a fan in the middle. And, yeah, it wouldn't fit for the motherboard or for the card. And so I ended up getting this, like, big, honking, dookie, like, double fan, big heat sink thing. And the clearance doesn't work for my case. So, for the last 4.5 years, I want to say.
Oof.
Yeah, I've just been rocking my entire computer, like the case, like the side, the door has just been off. Things just open. I just like spray it out with air whenever I can. It's still dusty as fuck, but it works great. So you must be excited though. What are you looking forward to doing with it?
I can watch streams better. I can play more games that I've been wanting to play.
Yeah.
Like, this is in my room. This is in my bedroom, and I can have the computer on all day without it getting extremely warm in this room.
Well, yeah. I
That's-
mean, well, here's a funny thing I'll tell you about like when it comes to upgrading and like when you go from like one, you know, not so great, let's say, rig to a really nice one is at first you're like for like, you know, for a good like couple months I'd say you're probably just going to be consistently amazed like, wow, everything is working so well. And then eventually it's going to continue working as well as it has, and your expectations are just going to climb a little bit more, and you're like, fuck you, why don't you do this thing I want you to? So it's kind of the unfortunate nature of these things, but I'm glad to hear you're getting an upgrade. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
So what else?
I'm just even better is I think what I'm more excited for is a long life friend is coming down, and I haven't been able to talk to him in a long time. I'm just excited to see him.
So hang on, are you actually telling me for once that things are actually working out for Skull Maggot? Like June is turning out to be a okay month? And he dropped out. Let's try this again.
Told you I was gonna lag out.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this question again then. In general though, has this been a good month for you so far then? Like upgrading your computer and old buddies coming by. That can't be so bad in the time of COVID.
Yeah. Just keep yourself busy, really. I try to keep myself busy, and I try to keep on moving on.
Well, that's the important thing. I know what you were saying, because like I've been having sleep troubles lately, and as you were saying earlier, like, yeah, I don't sleep either. have you considered drugs? And I'm gonna talk.
I
about
have,
pharmaceuticals. I'm just
but
talking like
I choose not to.
just an ordinary run-of-the-mill drug habit, you know. I've known so many smackheads, and they have no problem falling asleep, literally anywhere. It's really impressive, actually. So I think we need to start sending junkies into insomniac support groups, I think. Yeah. Ah, that'd be healthy.
Oh, that sounds like a plan.
Like, yeah, man, it's like I could fall asleep anywhere. How do you do it? Heroin. So,
What do you do, my friend? I do cocaine, meth, crack, you name it. Do you even sleep? No, sleep is for the weak.
if I wanted to sleep, I'd have an opioid problem.
I
I went for the cocaine because it just keeps me going. Well, what else? What do you got on the horizon there, dude? What do you got coming up? Anything else to be excited about?
Well, I'm waiting for some new stuff to come in the mail too. I bid it on a guitar recently, and
Oh, do you play?
yeah, I play a 6-string, Ibanez 7-string. I play metal. I play acoustic.
I'm feeling a little inferior all of a sudden.
Well,
I know.
I'm really thinking like I was gonna keep this a little secret. I might be able to start recording music, and I've been thinking about doing free music for you.
I like free things. Those are my favorite things. But shit, I had no idea you played guitar. What the fuck? I mean, this actually, you know what? Now I'm getting a little angry at you. You know, you get all this fucking talent and shit.
Did I not tell you? Like I should have told you earlier.
Well, no, I mean, like I remember, like here's a funny thing, like like a while back. It was like one of the first time I really talked to you. I'm like, what are you good at? You're like, I'm good at identifying dead shit. Like, oh, and then you fall. Here's the thing, don't bury the lead, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, if anybody ever asks you, like, what are you good at? You say, I can play guitar. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. It's like,
You guys
like
want to
if
know what my hobbies are? No!
yeah, it's like, hey,
Don't
you want
tell them, Skull. You keep your mouth shut.
or you can work it into your art, dude. You just like write a really nasty like guitar riff and like, you know, you're doing some Khaki King shit, and then like, oh wow, that was amazing. Where do you draw your inspiration from? And you just be like, I find dead shit in the woods. What? Yeah, this song, and then you just like bust out some like elaborate Spanish guitar shit. Yeah, yeah. As about a turtle I saw that died on its back. That's why it sounds sad. See? You got it's all coming. It's all falling into place for you, Skull.
Yeah.
Keep this up. Listen, I want you to write an entire album about dead shit you find in the woods, right? But make all the music beautiful. Then, when your groupies come back and you smash, and you will smash, only after it's done, I want you to talk about your inspirations to them.
Oh, okay. I have a plan now. I am going to write a really heavy metal song. Extremely subtle how it comes in.
Actually, let me offer you this, you know? Write one of those sappy new country songs, you know, the kind of things like, Daddy, are you coming home from the war? Kind of things. You know the ones I'm talking about? Write one of those about the dead shit in the woods, yeah? Then write like a Norwegian style metal song about how much you love the dodo on Twitter. with all of its cute dogs and shit.
That's a plan. That sounds a great plan.
They try and like metal things. I don't even know what the levels are, but it's just like, yeah. The cute puppy big eyes.
I have a 7-string, so I can do it.
Yeah. No, this is a brilliant idea. Like, make a heartfelt, emotional, instrumental, maybe acoustic song about all the dead shit you find in the woods. And then write a hard-ass death metal song about how adorable puppies are on Twitter.
Puppies are great! Puppies are beautiful!
I am a fucking music producer now, guys. Have you seen this transition that I've just made? Everyone, I hope you were here for it. It's a big moment.
You're joining the music crew. We're going to get Canuck in this. We're going to write a hit album.
Sorry, I got a little lost on the whole notion of Harvey Weinstein. I'm like, wait a second, I don't want to fuck any of these people. Again, I just can't win. Turn into a producer. Don't want to fuck any of the people you're producing. What's the point? Well, there's Scully Skull. I'm actually it looks like I'm actually working on a potentially perfect timing tonight. So what do you want to leave us with tonight before I boot your ass into the nethersphere?
Be good people. Watch the show every day when you get a chance, including past episodes with Nick. Always Nick. And
keep it coming. Wash your hands.
Yeah, yes, wash your hands.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Wear a Halloween mask. It's better wear a Halloween mask.
Invest in SpaceX. I don't even know if you can. I don't know if they're public.
Can we change that to watch Wizard of Oz?
Oh yeah, no. If you want, yeah, go ahead. Watch my videos.
Watch Wizard of Oz and buy his book.
I'm really good at letting people down, so I can promise you both the videos and the book. Like if you're looking for a way to be.
We gotta give Nick a Netflix special.
Yeah, my own Netflix special. Well, I mean, fuck. I mean, Chris D'Elia had one, and now it's come out that he's all groomy and shit. You know, like maybe I can get one just like in like the biggest accusations. I'll be like, yeah, I fucked him at a conference once, and he didn't call me. That's what I'm looking forward to.
It's your agent speaking, my friend. Apparently, things did not go correctly.
Let me offer you this, because this is something I've been thinking about this a lot. Just because honestly, like, I mean, and I know it's not healthy to fucking dwell on and shit, but like, it's been funny as fuck to me to realize how many like dog shit YouTubers have ended up getting like managers and agents over the last 4 or 5 years. And then I think to myself, like, I had an agent before I was even on YouTube. He didn't do shit for me. He didn't do a goddamn thing. What the fuck? I'm like, wow, all right. Welcome to the business, folks.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not a fun. It's fun when it works, but when it doesn't, it's miserable. But I should actually, you know what I should do is I should invent my own agent. You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yes.
Just establish like a nice like proper professional sounding domain, and then I'll just bill myself as a talent agent trying to rep one client. He just happens to look a bit like me is all. And his writing style is similar. Listen, the emails, he taught me to write emails. What can I tell you? It'll be fine.
Emails, voicemails, messages.
I'm here for all of it. I'm here for it. So, Scully Skull, thank you for coming in, homie. Definitely come back next week though, because at least Monday and Wednesday I've got good guests booked. Funny fucking people. Mahalo. Alright, he's in the... How... That was weird. His voice echoed through the Discord room. Even though I'm... it's fucking haunting. So this is what you get for hanging out with dead shit all the time. Anyway, next up coming in is the milk toast guy. Who's this be? Oh, what up, Wrath?
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
How you hanging in there?
Nuked my Twitter. Things have been fun.
What'd you nuke your Twitter for?
I fell off the wagon and got drunk, and I got angry.
That'll happen. That'll definitely happen.
Yeah. I didn't know that when you suspend, you delete all of your followers and all the people you're following. So I think I'm just going to start over at this point. Just nope.
I'm so tempted to do that, except there are like contacts that I have that I'm not about ready to give up yet.
Oh yeah, I lost a few of those, and well, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, if I started a new account, I would no longer be blocked by William Shatner.
Ooh, that's hard to give up.
I know. It's like a badge of honor. The worst thing I did was offer him a book.
How dare you? You know he doesn't read.
I'm getting that impression.
Well, I'm telling you, if you would have given him a free Audible code for your book, then he probably would have listened to it very.
No. No, he legit. He's see, this is another thing that reminds me of why I fucking despise celebrities in general. It's like he's like, oh, like he even responded to me, right? Like we've talked on Twitter before, he and I. And then I offered him, I'm like, hey, would you like a copy of my book? And he's like, no, because people try and use me to promote things. Okay, well, and I even straight up told him, like, yeah, I wasn't trying to do that. And I'm like, if you don't, it's cool if you don't want it for whatever reason, that's fine. And then next thing I know, I'm blocked. And it's like, wow, William Shatner is a massive bitch. Who would have thought? Except Leonard Nimoy, who knew that the whole time.
I mean, Leonard Nimoy, Gene Roddenberry, and like everybody.
Yeah, everyone who's ever worked with Shatner knows that he's a bit of a cunt. But yeah, I mean, like, where else am I gonna get to enjoy these kind of things? Like William Shatner willingly took the Captain Kirk decided I was someone he never wanted to hear from again. And that means I'm special.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something many people can say that I know.
Exactly. You can't shake a stick at that now, can you?
I mean, I bet he has Chris Pine blocked too.
Well, see, I was fine. The funny thing with it is, like,
he didn't do voice right.
I was okay with that because that was Shatner going in like, I'm going to block this guy because he dared offer me something. And meanwhile,
he wanted me to read without being paid for it.
Yeah, meanwhile, John Cusack is just like rolling on the floor of his palatial fucking apartment having an acid flashback. Like, I need to get block lists immediately. Oh, why couldn't I be Glenn Greenwald? Why did I have to be John Cusack?
I did not hear about that with John Cusack. But
oh, dude,
now
I lost his fucking mind. Oh my god, he used to follow me. He actually used to be a fan of my writing, right?
Really?
Oh yeah. No, he was like he retweeted and like promoted a couple articles I wrote with like Progressive Press back in the day when I was like covering the Rohingya genocide and shit. You know, real journalism. Yeah, and now he's just like he's so like I think it's because he doesn't get enough decent work to distract him from the online political culture war that he seems to have really grasped onto. But yeah, I was like,
well, he's one of the
wow.
few C-listers that can't blame COVID for his lack of work.
Well, that's a really sad thing, though, too, is like, I used to love John Cusack movies. Kind of. I mean, well, hang on.
What did he even do that was worth watching besides Martian Child?
I liked 13th Room. Was it, hang on, was that what, 13th Room?
Was that him? Let me look. I don't even know.
It was him and Sam Jackson, and he plays like a paranormal writer, investigator guy who like checks into a haunted room and shit. I liked that movie. I liked it.
Oh, 1408. Yeah, that
1408.
was him.
That was it. That was it. Yeah, yeah, that was good.
Bro.
That was good. And there was a
it was not bad. I mean,
no, yeah, no, I mean it's
PG-13, and they didn't have Sam Jackson say motherfucker, so disappointment.
Yeah,
it's
not
evil fucking room, which is.
Yeah, it's not the kind of film like you like sit your friends down to watch. Like you have to see this movie, bruh. But I mean, that was good. I liked it. It was a good movie.
It's it's one of those. It's like a Netflix third choice. It's like, you know what? I've watched Lord of the Rings like 20 times. You know what? Maybe I'll watch.
Now I'm like actually struggling to think of other films that I really liked that he was in. I'm like,
well, I mean, like honestly, he peaked with Martian Child.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I did enjoy The Ice Harvest, though part of me thinks that was mostly Billy Bob Thornton. Because
it was Thornton. Let's be real, it was Thornton. Thornton made it watch.
Yeah, I mean, I always love, and I actually do go back to the, I do sort of like default to the line, because there was a line Billy Bob Thornton had in it where he's like about to dump his wife's corpse, which is locked in a box in like an icy like lake or something. And he's like, "Isn't that your wife?" And Billy Bob says something like, "You know, I think she was just counting on a level of emotional investment that just wasn't there." I love it. Yeah. Maybe
I mean, I guess he's okay in Say Anything, but Say Anything is honestly fucking overrated.
Can you imagine John Cusack playing Chris Pine's version of Captain Kirk?
Oh my god. Oh no. No. Oh no. No, okay, you know what? You know what I want? I want a time machine, and we're gonna put Cusack instead of Shatner, and we're just gonna let.
I think we need a remake of Addams Family 2, right? Where we replace Raul Julia with what's his name from Mr. Robot? Rami Malek.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? I'd actually watch that. I think Rami Malek could actually do.
Holy fuck! That was just a joke I was coming up with in my head. But now that I think about it, Rami Malek would be a fucking amazing.
Gomez,
yeah. Holy shit!
Dude,
wow,
dude, Rami Malek as not Gomez but Wednesday's husband, and we bring in Christina Ricci for a sequel, like a 20 years.
Okay, but do we have to pay for her and her tits?
I'm
pretty sure they all have
we'll
separate rates at this point.
We'll do it PG-13, so we only have to pay for half the.
You know the saddest thing I heard, and it's just gossip, right? But it made me sad to hear it. Like I've been told Christina Ricci is a bit of a bitch. I don't know if it's true.
It probably is.
I hope not.
She's a child actress that hasn't been to rehab, so of course she's a bitch.
You know what makes... Well, here's the thing. The reason I pumped the brakes on that is because, like, on the one hand, like, I say this knowing someone who worked with her, right? And so he's like, yeah, I worked with her. She's a fucking total bitch. And I'm like, well, that sucks. And then I'm thinking, like, well, yeah, you're working with her, though, so, like, you don't know for certain. Because here's the other thing I've heard, right? I've heard Sarah Silverman is a fucking wonderful person.
Yeah, I know a guy who actually worked like lights and shit for one of her gigs, and he said Sarah Silverman's actually really cool to all the backstage people.
Yeah, see, I get this back and forth on that one though, because on the one hand, like, you see this public, you know, you see the public social media shit. But let's be honest. If you only know me from social media, I'm a massive cunt. I'm a piece of shit. There's no getting around it. But if you know me in person, it's the same thing, except you don't talk about it as much. But when it comes to like Silverman, here's the thing: is like Silverman grew up in the next town over. Like, I think her family, she grew up like 15 minutes away from where I'm right now, and that's in Bedford. And Bedford is notorious for rich, cunty people. And I heard tell from a contractor buddy of mine that they were working on hardwood floors on some home she's got there or something like that. And she would constantly just fucking berate them, like, how's it coming along? It's like, well, we're coming along on schedule. Why isn't it done yet? It's on schedule. I expected it to be done ahead of time. Like, well, I don't know why you expect that, but it's not. But we're on schedule. Hurry the fuck up, like that kind of shit. Like, yeah, well, I mean, here's the other thing too. Like, if you're from Bedford, that means you're kind of a cunt to begin with, typically. And I say this from experience. But then the other thing I think is, like, if you've spent enough time in LA, especially with money or fame, you are bound to turn into some kind of piece of shit. And if it comes to, like, shitting on people doing labor work at one of your other homes, it's not hard to believe. But then again, this is all third hand, and I'm like, I want to believe Sarah Silverman's, like, a lovely human being. But then again, I want to believe that about everyone, and I'm always wrong. So...
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard secondhand from someone who was doing tech work at one of her comedy shows. I think she was in Salt Lake City like 6 years ago or some shit like that. He said that she was really cool and nice to everybody. Like, she had a lot of specific requests, but she was very polite and tactful about how she communicated with people.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, yeah.
Now, one guy said that Joe Rogan was really nice and Chappelle was an ass. He said Dave Chappelle was actually really fucking rude when they came to this big outdoor amphitheater show that the two of them did. Is that Dave was like, maybe he was just having a bad fucking day. He was just really rude. But Joe was super cool. But I think it's because Joe works directly with his tech guy, you know, Jamie, on his podcast. So he's a little more used to dealing with techies.
Well, also, I mean, between the two of them, who was more stoned?
I mean,
well, that's weird.
He said they both reeked of weed. So.
Well, that's the thing, is like, that's the only time I think I've ever heard of Chappelle like being like kind of shitty, right? But
well, he was in Salt Lake City though. You gotta give him that. He was in Utah, and he wasn't there to hunt, which, you know, is the only good thing Joe Rogan has to say about this.
No. What I'm saying is, like, Chappelle. Like, I've heard in general Chappelle is like fucking super easygoing, but what I've also heard is that he's the kind of guy, if he's got a show to do, like, you know, you can take like any other, you know, a lot of comedians, a lot of performers, they want to show up for mic checks, they want to make sure everything's set, they show up in the pre-production, oversee it and this and that. And Chappelle will actually not do any of that. He'll just go and take a nap, and then someone will come around and wake him up and be like, it's time to go on. You're on in 20 minutes. Be like, oh shit, Emma. All right, cool. And they'll just go out and do it. So, I mean, you gotta wonder, like, I mean, then again, I mean, you guys have seen, you know, enough people have seen me in enough moods to know I'm bipolar. Wait, no, that's not where I was going with this. But no, I mean, it's, you know, it's one of the, yeah, no, I mean, you know, I guess it could be situational. My thing is, like, I always want people to not be cunts. And then the more people I meet, the more I discover, like, anybody who has any reason to think of themselves as important, the level, like, the opportunity, the possibility of them being an absolute cunt just increases the more important important they are / they feel they are. And
Oh yeah, I would 100% agree. Like in my
that,
experience, I've seen like I don't know if I told you this. I grew up with 3 of the original members of the Used, and they were really cool until they got signed, and then they turned into total shitbags.
Well, I mean, you know, it's like, it sounds like idle fucking feckless bitching on my part. But when I say this kind of shit about like YouTubers and e-celebs, and you know what I'm talking about too, so I don't even need to convince you.
Oh yeah.
But it's absolutely fucking true. It's like fucking day and night. And the worst thing, I think the worst thing about it is like in the entertainment or the music game, right? Even if you hit it big right away, there's still a lot of work that goes into it before then. Like you actually have to be talented, genuinely talented, like in a craft to get there.
Yeah.
Online shit, no. No, not in the slightest. Explain Andy, if it requires talent to do this, explain Andy Worski. Right?
Oh, I'll go you one better than Andy Worski. You know, roaming millennial Lauren Chen, whatever the fuck.
Oh god, yeah, even worse.
Her and I actually used to be really tight when she was first coming up, because she started around the same time I did in 2016.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. To this day, right? To this day, my least favorite show I've ever done on this channel or on this show was it was the show before. I think it was the show before VidCon. It was either before VidCon or before Kilroy, right? I think it was before VidCon, and I even had like a legit interesting guest booked, ready to go. And then Jeff just decides, hey, I'm going to pile Bunty King, massive phony cunt bag, Roaming Millennial, we know how that panned out, and then it was those two, and then also he piled in Repsion, who, as I remember, had like very little to say. He felt like he was clearly out of his element. And I like Dan, because Dan does seem to have a solid grasp on like the real world versus this bullshit. I mean, he's a welder, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
then,
Dan seems pretty grounded for someone of his audience.
Yeah, and then it was Rucka who showed up, and I could almost tell like there was part of him that was disappointed because like we were both like, everyone was kind of expecting the Rucka character, and instead you get, you know, George. And it's like,
yeah, I mean,
like,
I honestly
guys
like George better than the Rucka character, to be honest. Like he's a cool.
Well, this is one of the things. Like, you know, it's one of those diamonds in the rough thing. Like I've had a handful of experiences with Rucka in real life, right? And he, like George, the real guy, he's not Rucka Ali. That's a character, but that's made very fucking clear. Unlike the rest of YouTube, where it's like, hey guys, hey, how's it going? I'm totally this awesome guy, and you're gonna love what I have to do. And it's like, oh, and then you meet him in person, you're like, wow, you're a fucking scumbag. George is like different, because like George is like, I'm making this funny haha shit because this is fun to me and people like it, but I got ideas and things I want to talk about, even though it's like I disagree with him. But the thing is like I could have a really good conversation with him about those things, and we'd both walk away like with no ill will or malice, which is not the way YouTube works anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, it was like when like, you know, Roaming Millennial comes on. When I went out to Kilroy, especially as things went down, I still actually kind of take a small pint of glee about the fact that I just ended up just randomly, drunkenly, didn't intend on it, just fucked one of her fans, and I guess that was fun. I don't remember doing it, but I know it happened. Does that mean I was raped?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
All right, so this is me being a rape victim, and it was facilitated by Roaming Millennial, who, well, I don't know.
Raping Millennial, 2020.
Yeah. But I mean, it's one of these things, though. I've said it for a while.
But like George as a person is actually a really interesting and chill guy to talk to.
Well, you know, the other side to that, though, in terms of like his media career, because I talked to Maddox quite a bit too, even though I know nobody likes Maddox, but
I don't get why people don't like Maddox. He's a cool guy.
Well, they don't like him because he like had himself a piss fight and tried to sue Dick Masterson. You remember him from Andy Worski and Mr. Medicare? What a charming guy. Actually, I saw like Vermin. Vermin actually. Well, it's funny because like Vermin, who's a friend of mine, like Vermin Supreme is a personal friend of mine, and I saw like he did a stream with Dick Masterson. And I straight up, like, I reached out to him because I know Vermin well enough, too. Like, anything that edges in on that, like, edgy boy, ha 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 ha, I can use the N-word whenever I want kind of shit, right? He wants nothing to do with that. And then I saw, like, he did a whole podcast with Dick Masterson, and I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I reached out. I'm like, Vermin, I'm not telling you how to fuck here. But be aware of who the fuck you're dealing with. Like, this is a kid. This is the definition of middle-aged clout chaser, basically. This is a guy who, no problem trucking with racist shitbags like Andy Worski or fucking tradcon dipshits like Mr. Medicare. He's all about it. So, like, he's like, and he got back to me. He's like, oh, lovely. I'm sorry, dude. Like, let me know when you're doing this shit next time. I can give you a heads up. But I mean, with Rucka, like Rucka, and I think Maddox, another example. I mean, and honestly, to his credit, fucking as much of a dickbag as Dick Masterson is, like, he's made his game work, which doesn't really say much in this fucking genre in general. But it's like Rucka's been around for a long time, comparatively.
Oh yeah, Rucka's like OG YouTube.
Well, not just that. Like he's OG entertainment in that way. Like, because back in those days, like, when you started blowing up, you had to actually like manage your shit. And it's not like Rucka is like he does his edgy shit, right? And if you get him in an interview, he's not going to sit there in the Rucka character and be like, yeah, I think them blacks love carrots or some shit. He's just going to he's going to speak honestly and measuredly and carefully, which is what you have to do. And then you compare that to like what like the biggest batch of the last half decade of new media celebrities has been. And it's like, yeah, you got like Sargon, it depends on the child kind of thing. Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
What's funny is apparently he actually has a Wikipedia, which is interesting because Wikipedia is not a big fan of online content creators.
You talking about Rucka?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's been around long enough that I think he needs one.
Well, he apparently he dates back to MySpace. His first single, "I Heart Crack." 2006.
Well, no, I mean, here's some of the crazy shit with that, right? So, like, when it comes to Maddox, right? The only reason I'm even aware of him now is because I met him in 2017 at VidCon at Blair White's dog shit hotel party, right? Where the whole fucking
all the
crazy hair drama happened. Yeah, it was the first experience in which Jeff got to be an absolute cunt and somehow get away with it. But that whole thing, right? Like, I randomly met Maddox at a bar, and he knew me somehow, which is really fucking confusing. Same thing with like Adam from Your Movie Sucks and Anthony Fantano, because I shared an Uber home with them. And they both were like, "Oh, you're Wizard of Cause." I'm like, how in the fuck can you possibly know that? But Maddox, like, and here's the thing where it was a trip for me meeting Maddox is because, like, I remember Maddox from MaddoxXmission.com back in 2000. It was 1999. Like, dude had what was effectively an Angel Fire site. It was called MaddoxXmission.com, the greatest website in the universe, in 1999, right? So almost 20 years later, I'm sitting there at this hotel bar, surrounded by people that at the time I mean, like, there's a handful of people. Every VidCon, I've been to 2. Every VidCon I go to, there's like a handful of people like give a shit about meeting, and everyone else I care about meeting are people who who are like, fans, and yeah, he's like, hey, dude, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I know your shit. And I'm like, how the fuck? Who are you? He's like, oh, Maddox. I'm like, wait, hang on. Are you the guy who's like, I was like a fucking, what, like 15-year-old, 16-year-old looking at your fucking website, watching you bag on extreme marketing? Like, yeah, I know. Well, no shit. Funny how things work.
Wow, dude, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's fucking wacky, dude. I mean, I've definitely noticed since I've been more vocal about my disdain for the culture. Like beforehand, I couldn't get anyone to fucking talk to me. Well, I mean, I could, but it'd be like in the context of like, hey, I do this show with Jeff Holiday, and they're like, oh, yeah, right. And I noticed after that, and then since I've been more critical of the community, yeah, a lot less people interested in talking to me these days. But you know what? Better right than popular, I say. Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like part of the reason I'm okay with my Twitter being dead is I'm actually really kind of looking to shed the wrath thing, because everyone associates that with the cunt stream, and I'm just I'm kind of really fucking over being the bald guy from the cunt stream.
I had to actually straight up mute Schmeckle there.
Schmeckle.
Yeah,
I've heard he's been through a lot lately, and honestly, I just don't have fucks to give.
Oh fuck no,
I don't have fucks to give about him.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I almost said his real name just now. Actually.
Yeah, it's the funny thing. Like he started like tweeting at me and shit. Eventually, I just muted him. I'm like, motherfucker, I have no interest. I know everything I need to know about you. Okay, you're not the kind of people I want to like involve myself with, and that just feeds back into this whole thing about wow, like YouTube people are really genuinely shitty people by and large. Like,
well, I mean, and he was really trying at one time to be Andy Worski, like he really was.
Well, no, I just remember. Here's the thing, and this is the thing that really tipped all the scales for me, right? Like, so Prince of Queens dies, yeah,
yeah,
and it was like the thing, like to me, like yeah, Prince was a goofy motherfucker, and he had some fucking stupid ass ideas about the way the world worked. There's no getting around.
But he was a genuinely nice person, though.
Well, that's no, yeah. Beyond that, though, like he and I became friends, over the internet and shit, right? And
yeah, I mean, I was friends with the guy too. He was good people.
Yeah, well, the thing is like literally, like, and I say this absolute sincerity, the only person who genuinely spoke out publicly in my defense when I was getting tarred for all of the dumb shit that fucker Kraut and fucking Jeff did, right, was Prince. He was the only person who actually like stepped up and said, yeah, he didn't have nothing to do with it. He didn't have nothing to do with any of this. I don't get why he's getting all this shit, right? And like we remained friends. I even did some like voiceover work for a cartoon thing he did. And that's the thing, like I remain friends with people who I disagree with. And it's the sad thing that I've found is like the people whose opinions radically shift and all this shit. Like they build alliances or fucking communities or whatever bullshit retarded fucking fake ass connections that they pretend that they have with people. Meanwhile, to me, Prince of Queens, despite being a silly motherfucker, I considered him a friend. And that was the thing, is like when I was saying goodbye to him and Giovanna, and I'd had like 2 other people die in like a period of 2 months, and then that motherfucker comes on and like shit talks the dead guy who was a guest in his house. I'm sorry, you don't get shittier or scummier than that. Fuck you. He's fucking dead. Piece of shit. And it's like, but then on top of that, I remember back before, like, when Prince came out and was like, he was fucking stepping up and defending me and shit, right? It was fucking Schmeckel who, like, straight up told him, yeah, bro, but this is the money way. I'm like, motherfucker, how many times have I been a guest on your show? How many times did I call you buddy? And then you're just gonna, like, jump on the Worski Medicare train and just trying to
I think that
cash
was
out
actually
and
the
shit?
show that I left like midway through the show. Like I was
Yeah.
just like, "Fuck you, I'm going to the bar."
Yeah, and if this clip ever gets back to him, Schmeckel, please go and fuck yourself into a hole. Like, lay pipe in your head. Go for it. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit, dude. You have no integrity, and you never did. And this is the thing is, like, you know what? Let my shit
Well, I mean, if we're
die.
gonna shout out the piece of shit, then we might as well just say, "Hey, Samaj, find someone better to work with, dog." Like, because Samaj, the artist guy that works with him, like, honestly, is a fantastic artist.
Crazy
And,
talented.
I can't say which ones, but he actually has done off-center or like non-mainstream Marvel stuff. Like, he's actually done art for comics, like legit actual publications.
No, I mean, I don't doubt it. He's fucking talented as fuck.
And he's the nicest dude ever. That's why he puts up with Schmeckel. It's because he's just too nice. And honestly, he knows about Schmeckel's personal life, and he pities the guy. Like, I've actually had that conversation with him.
Well, a quick pivot, because we could go on this line of thinking forever, right? But
oh, yeah, we could.
One of the things, this is one of the things that I've been really fucking happy to sort of, like, fucking, like, wake up to, is, like, how, yeah, do not fucking trust YouTubers. But
yep,
I have discovered that writers and stand-up comics, one of which I am, the other which I hope to be soon, I like those people, like they're not, it's not so much about what can I do to get famous as much as it is how can I entertain people in a meaningful way. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking, yeah, and I just keep coming back to this shit. Like, I genuinely, and I'll say this on the fucking record right now, open fucking eyes, I genuinely regret taking part in any of that 2014 to 2017 fucking bullshit. I really do. Because it was entertaining in the same way that Jerry Springer's entertaining, that a car crash is entertaining, that a police shooting video is entertaining. It was fucking garbage, and everyone involved, for the most part, with a handful of exceptions, garbage people along the way too. And it's funny because a lot of people are like, oh well, Magog's real conservative. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I love Jeremy. I genuinely fucking love Jeremy. He's good people. That's the difference.
Yeah, he's an actual good person that actually cares. Like, he's a good person that actually cares about people. Him and fuck, I can't remember his first name, but I think it's Mary Mapleman now. Like, used to
Beardy.
be Beard Berrien. Love
Yeah,
Beardy.
I know.
Dude, Beardy's the shit.
Yeah, no, Beardy is Beard. I mean, honestly, fucking. If there would be one person I could give a hug to on the goddamn internet, it's Beardy. He's a fucking fun dude.
Okay, you hug Beardy. I'm gonna hug Janie. Fuck.
But all the same, I mean,
the fucking what's her name? Olive Gardens. That shit.
We don't. She's not welcome here anymore.
What?
It's nothing I got against her personally. Like, Jamie's fine people, and like her fine. But she crossed a line, and then when she was warned about crossing that line, she crossed it again, and it had to do with my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
It's
we can talk about that offline if you want.
No. I mean, and I just want to put this out there. It's not a personal thing. It's a principle thing.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't. If you pull that shit with me, you're done. You're done. End of story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's not personal. It's principle. I still I still chat with her occasionally on Twitter and shit. But no, in general, yeah. But this is the thing. Is like, this is the kind of fucking culture that has been wrought up from all this shit, and I genuinely, wholly, and entirely, from the depths of my soul, regret ever getting involved with any of those fucking shitbags. People who are like, hey, because like I'm down for making fun of dumb ideas, and I'm down for making fun of people with dumb ideas. All about it. But when it becomes an ingrained part of your personality, or when it defines the characteristics of a social group that you call a community, and then you get like hypercharged with that, and that fucking idea becomes the center of your being, you lose every fucking time. Yeah, and you don't ever you don't ever get to talk any kind of shit about Gwen ever. I will. If it was anybody else, they'd be buried in a highway median somewhere, you know.
Yeah, I totally get you. Oh man, this is why. Like, I'm actually like I am planning on relaunching, doing content in the future, but honestly, I'm really leaning against anything like political at all. Like, honestly, I kind of am going the George direction. I want to have philosophical conversations with people. I think that's honestly the most fulfilling for me.
Oh yeah, I mean the problem there though gets to being like, who are you gonna have those conversations with? You know.
Anyone that's willing to have that conversation. I mean, I've made contact with a lot of people from a lot of different like extremes and stuff. Like, I have a lot of your like libertarian to full-blown ANCAP types that actually, like, if I can get them off that topic and talking about the philosophy of why they believe in their value systems and whatnot, I think there's a lot of interesting insights to be had there that most people haven't heard or haven't listened to.
Well, yeah, and it's a funny thing with it too. I mean, for instance, like Ranting Monkey and Satsu, right? I couldn't disagree with those guys more. But they're wonderful people, you know. Good people.
Yeah, Satsu's an awesome dude. I just like.
Well,
I can't agree with him on so many.
Well, think about this. So I'm effectively what you'd call like a democratic socialist, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great though because I can end up in like a nice, like a really fun Twitter conversation with Satsu and Dabberton.
Oh, Dapperton's really fun to banter
about VR games, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll actually argue with him about like best Elder Scrolls title and shit like that. Just like random.
I think Dapperton's also kind of like he's kind of tapped out in a way because like he had a community that like rejected him because he dared defile the orthodoxy that they embraced or whatever the fuck it was, right? And it's like, oh, now you see.
I think he
think outside the box, and you are forbidden.
I'm trying to think. I remember. I think he said something along the lines of basically supporting social safety nets, and like basically they called him a blasphemy.
That'll get you set on fire real quick, yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't critical enough. Like he's like, I get them having value, and they're just like, no.
Well, it's the most bizarre thing I've noticed though is like, it genuinely has nothing to do with what you're saying or if you know what you're talking about. It comes down to your numbers, right?
Yup.
Constantly comes down to your numbers. I have to ask myself, and I know a lot of people are going to be upset about this, but why in the fuck is Shoe on Head a political thought leader? Why?
I don't know.
Why
get
is
it.
Armored Skeptic? I don't get it. It's all because of numbers, though. It's celebrity status. Like that celebrity status, enough people see that, oh my god, like 500,000 people think that this person is worth listening to. I don't know any better. I might as well listen to them. And then in their, fucking 5 to 7 minute video of like eye rolls, tongue clicks, and can you believe it? You get what you get. I still remember though, like, what is it? Like Skeptic when he was trying to ride that wave, and I call it Ian Miles chonging when you hop on a wave to ride it as far as you can. It's not that. And I'm not saying. Listen, I don't want to be mistaken.
It's the Chongian technique. It's the
I'm
Chongian.
not. Listen. Yes, and by the way, Ian Miles Chong is 150,000 times worse than Greg ever could be. My point is that, like, actually, Greg's a little more Rubenesque. But my point being, you caught that joke. I'm glad.
Of course I did. Of course I did. I was there for all this shit.
I was worried it wouldn't land, but you know, it's one of these things. Like, here's the thing. Like, I told him, and I say this as somebody who still counts him as a friend, Mundane Matt, right? I consider Matt.
Matt.
Yeah, I consider Matt a friend of mine. Matt's a personal friend of mine. Now, I'll never go to bat for him because I'm never going to bat for anyone ever again, because it's always a bad idea.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, but it's a funny thing, and it's pissed Matt off when I pointed it out in the past. So I came up with the gamer gates, right? I was there.
Yep.
And it was funny because I noticed that I tried reaching out to Matt so many times, and it wasn't until my channel broke 10,000 subscribers that he started talking to me. And I'm not even thinking, like, I don't even think it's a conscious bias on his part. I think on the part of content creators and, like, the social media people, right? That there's like this, like, you know, there's this bias. I've seen it myself on Twitter, for instance. Like, if I see some, like, really stupid fucking take that's being responded to by somebody that I know, and I'll take a look at who they're responding to. Like, if they've got less than 1,000 subscribers, my thing is, like, why in the fuck would I respond to this person? Like, their reach is meaningless and their ideas are shit. Like, those are two factors, which means, I'm going to put that in the forget about it pile. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I mean, there's definitely, like, I mean, and even I did it. And I only had, like, I think I peaked at, like, 700 something followers. But, like, if someone had less than 100, I was just like, who are you? What? Okay, bye.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I remember one time, and this is a lesson for me in my comment section, when, like, I made a video on Gamergate, and of all people, fucking internet aristocrat, you know, back before he rage quit the internet because it wouldn't be his personal army, and because everyone was making money. Oh, whoop, then he came back around, now he's making money. Oh, shit, it's almost like Medicare is a fucking hypocrite. Well, like, I had a video blow up on that shit, and one time, I actually tried to pull the card of how many people do you have listening to you in terms of an argument, and then somebody comes back at me like, "Oh, is that so? That's how you determine worth in an argument?" And I felt so fucking gross that I never did that shit again. Like, I remember it even when, like, even in these moments when I'm, like, thinking, like, who the fuck are you, right? I always go back to that one time, and I'm like, no, that person was right. Who the fuck did I think I was to say that is a worthwhile thing to say? And then I got it again from Paul Joseph Watson, and I'm like, wow, that guy's point was validated in my brain. Wow.
Yeah, I remember, do you remember, what's his fucking name? Failure. Ended up palling around with Worski.
You mean like during the aim thing?
Yes.
It's almost like failure. A long series of bad decisions.
Well, I mean, the name kind of says it all.
It kind of does. I can keep on Bluetooth, so I can keep here. I'm going to be yours, so keep talking.
Yeah. So anyway, Failure does this thing, and he ends up getting, like, Keemstar and a bunch of other just, like, drama whore types, and everyone's fighting and arguing. And at one point, I lay into Failure. I mean, not to Failure, to Keemstar, and he's just like, wait a minute, who the fuck are you? I was gonna, like, I don't know, I'm just a guy with a better beard than you. And, like, he got so mad that, like, he actually got a bunch of people spamming and talking shit to me.
Are you trying to tell me that Keemstar is an insecure, bitch-ass, punk-ass fuckbag? No.
Yeah, I actually got 100 followers that night of like him talking shit about me and trying to get people to attack me on Twitter. more people followed me because of that than I lost followers. And it was hilarious.
Well, see, I mean, this is the thing.
It was like I actually got blocked by the guy because I kept like asking him. I was kind of like, "Hey, do you want to give me another shout out, you fucking piece of shit?" Because like him throwing shade got me followers. So I was just like, "Are you fucking retarded, dude?"
Well, this is the kind of thing. This is the thing that like it fundamentally actually breaks my heart, right? Because back in the day, I mean, I'll say 2014, 2015, 2016, right? I was on the bandwagon of like, hey, maybe we have a chance to create a new media, right? A new media environment where we can,
like Team Minds with Competing Forever and all.
Oh my god, no, they're even worse. They're so bad. No, this is the thing. My thinking entirely, and the whole reason, honestly, the reason that I was supportive of everyone from Sargon to Minds, even up like the whole reason I became friends with Jeff, right, was because I genuinely believed that there was a genuine nature to these people that I was dealing with, that like maybe we had a chance to actually do something real, make a new media environment where new ideas and new discussions could happen, and instead it turned into like this bath salts version of Fox News. Right. And so even now, let's take the lefties and the righties here. Right. So like, the ignoring the classical liberals, AKA dishonest shitbags like Sargon and Dave Rubin. So the unabashed far right, you've got Lauren Shen and Nick Fuentes. Right. And then what you've got on the far left, like, we've gone beyond Christy Winters at this point, and even Jeff is trying to fucking, carry his brand on as like, I'm edgy meme Antifa guy, right? Honestly,
I saw that.
Please, fuck it, just kill yourselves. Please, fuck it, just end it, because this is the antithesis of everything we had always hoped would happen. You are feeding, all of you are feeding into the exact same fucking mechanisms and machinery of narcissistic self-promotion, celebrity obsession, and fucking media hype that you think brings your reactive and uninformed and unlettered fucking visions of a broad and dynamic and complex mechanism of politics into a very simple, easy to shoot form that you think your audiences deserve. How little fucking respect do you have for these people? If this is like if the lack of nuance you're gonna... This is why I love Lacey Green, right?
Oh yeah, love Lacey. She's the best.
Yeah. Well, Lacey keeps giving Lacey's videos that she's been putting out. I agree with them, but it's an actual thought out, nuanced take on things. And
I wouldn't even say I
she's
agree
not
with
trying.
more than,
well, she's not trying to impress anyone. There is no stakes in it for her, and I like that.
Well, I think. Well, here's the thing. I think she used to have stakes right up until 2018 or something, when basically a lot of the Christy Winters types and that whole scene basically disavowed her because she had the audacity to date Chris Reagan, who's basically politically all over the place.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
he's as dangerous as a summer breeze.
Honestly, a summer breeze is probably more dangerous than that guy is. He's on his worst day, he's a danger to him.
Yeah, well, the thing is too is that's the thing is Chris is better served as a comedian, and that's what he wants to be.
Yeah, have you seen his podcast that he does with Derek Blackman and his?
No, kind of as a matter of principle, like anybody who's given me the blow off, I don't pay attention to. So.
It's really entertaining, and it's
I have no
the
doubt.
Seinfeld of podcasts. It's a podcast about nothing. They basically just bullshit and talk about.
I have no doubt, because here's the thing is I could I won't even say I don't like him. I like Chris, fine enough, I guess. I don't really have much of an opinion. It's leaning positive because he's a nice guy. I met him a few times. He's a nice guy. Derek. Super fun dude. I like him. And then I think the two of them plus Tom Sweeney there, I'm like, yeah, that's that's a good recipe right there, you know. Like everything you need is in the pot, you know. And
Yeah.
I just haven't listened to it honestly because like I probably listened to maybe 2 or 3 podcasts all in all, and like one of them is sometimes Rogan, you know. Otherwise, it's like I'll listen to stand-ups podcasts sometimes. Like last one I caught, he's like, I got really drunk over the last few weeks and apparently agreed to be on a whole bunch of podcasts and shows. I'm like, oh fuck. But yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's been one of these things. Like it's one of these things. Like when I look at YouTube, when I look at like online content creation in general. Unless you can crack like a brand new mold, right? Unless you can bring something exceptionally new in a place that is constantly bombarded with new shit and is inhabited largely by audiences who aren't, let's say, book people. And when I say they're not book people, I'm saying they're not necessarily looking for anything intelligent sometimes. You know, there's a reason. Like my daughter, she watches these like YouTubers and it's like nothing but screaming. Sometimes like all right, well that's what the kids like. And then I look to see like and then I look at what like numbers look like, and then when I look and I realize like Kraut and T pulls 100K per video sometimes. Andy Worski's tens of thousands per video. None of those people are anyone I want anything to do with. Because I mean, you have to be a certain level of stupid to think that those kind of people are worth listening to. You could be listening to Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry?
Yeah, yeah.
But you're not. You're listening to Dusty. Yeah.
Oh God.
We're gonna get our politics from. Yeah, we're gonna get our politics ultimately from a fat dude who's just. I read this headline and well, I don't like it. Like, really?
Yeah.
Are we on the Nick? Are we at the Nicktoons version of intellectual content now? All right, fine, fuck it. I don't give. Do what you want. I ain't here to tell you how to fuck. But it's just, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, well, why bother? And that's why I love this show, though, is because I just show up and fuck around and have fun. Like, literally, like, there's, like, you know, we've had some serious conversation tonight, sure. But but tell me there's not been a point in which a joke has not been more important.
Yeah, seriously. It's like, I actually have, so I have my show that I'm still working on because I want to get the branding right the first time. So I actually have a friend who does that professionally, who's pretty chill. She's helping me with that. And then I have 2 other things that I'm working on, which I can't even chill for because we're still working on titles.
It's a secret, everybody.
But yeah, Dungeons and Dragons thing, that's going to be kind of ridiculous. And then I have like 4 or 5 buddies that like, it makes no goddamn sense that we're friends because we have very different opinions and we're very different types of people, but we're all like really close in real life. So that's going to be a thing. Basically, we're going to get drunk and argue about shit.
Cool. Well, listen, I'm going to drag these last 2 in here and we're going to hang out for another 15 minutes or so because I'm already over the 2-hour mark I was shooting for, but who gives a fuck anymore? Hey, Mickey, and what's up? Actually, Bill Cosby.
Hey, what's up?
What's happening, homie?
Not much, man. I've been up for about 36 hours.
Why have you done
That's
that?
a decision.
It's Friday.
Right? That's an idea, I guess.
No,
it's just,
I decided alcohol just costs too much, but I want the same or similar effect.
I just wanted to actually really
Hey, there you
respond
go.
real quick. I just looked over at the YouTube chat. Now, Kenny OMG, you say you like what Tim Pool is doing. Is that the non-journalism you're talking about? I mean, you're free. Honestly, you're free to like what you like, but Tim Pool is a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
I hate just listening to him like be an expert on everything.
That's my fucking job.
Tim Pool is like a lot younger than me, and he seems to know more about the world than me. And he lives in a van. Like,
No,
come
he
on,
doesn't.
dude. What do
He
does he
doesn't
not live in a van?
No, he just raised
I thought
money
he
for a
did.
van. No.
He raised money for a van. There's
he
a
was-
fucking asshole down the street that raised money for a van. He doesn't have a show.
I was gonna raise money for a bus, and my bus would have been so much better. And I'll still do it. That's my retirement plan, honestly. The schoolie is my retirement plan. Like if I don't die in the next 10 to 15 years, building that spaceship that I will traverse the ground on, that's my plan.
Dude, I'm gonna trick out a fucking boat. Fuck you, landlord.
Oh, fuck you! What the fuck? You actually you think that's a good idea? Do you?
Yeah, good idea. You know, built-in coffin.
Tell me, when have you ever maintained a boat? Wait, you were in the Navy. Never mind. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Time out. I'm here now.
Jables.
I forgot you were in the Navy.
No, I was listening to the stream and I want to go back to the Tim Pool. Tim Pool has the van. He's been traveling across the country in it, but he doesn't interact with anybody or do on-the-ground reporting because he's a little bitch tit.
So what's the point of the van?
Money.
To look creepy?
Money.
Yeah.
Money for it.
Money.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay. So he's a transient, essentially.
No, he's a
No,
con
he still owns his $1 million home.
Ah.
He's a champagne transient, so basically, like, he doesn't need to panhandle, but he drives around the country and pan.
Oh, for
He
God's
looks
sake.
he looks like a panhandler.
I don't know the fella too well, honestly. I didn't start learning more about YouTubers until I started watching Nick, and
I
you've
met him once.
interacted with him a hell of a lot more than I have.
I met him once. He gave me a very cold fish handshake, and then and I shit you not, I still have it in my. It's actually like it's in my junk. I have a little box that I made back in high school, and it's my junk box for all the random trinkets from adventures. And yeah, I've got some random ass foreign currency that he just put into my hand the first time that I met him. And he's like,
"To pay for his tab when you
no,
guys had
he
breakfast?"
I think it was just it was at the IHOP. But that's the thing is like I'm like, he just handed me this like, yeah, this is currency from here, and I'm like, oh, well that's really cool. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I kept it as a souvenir. I mean, it's like, listen, I can give listen here, Beanie Baby, I can give you fake money too. Just give me a room full of Koreans and a printing press.
Yeah, sorry, I just popped in to give that correction about the van. You guys go back to what you're doing. I gotta dip out.
Oh, jeez, of course. Yeah.
Talk to you guys later.
I'm abandoning my
today.
Everyone.
My point is, I don't really know anything about Tim Pool, and I'm probably the better.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, somehow he's been on Rogan twice, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's because Rogan isn't as smart as people like to think he is.
No, I mean, Rogan has the charm because he isn't smart. You know what I mean? Like,
well, no, I mean that's the thing. Rogan doesn't pretend he's a genius.
Yeah. And I mean, he's a comedian. Like, comedians are really good at cutting through bullshit. But they also can fall for a lot of bullshit too.
I'll be honest with you, even though he and I'm not saying he's not a comic, but when and I think this goes for most people. When I think of Joe Rogan, I think podcaster first, comedian second.
I think that's a pretty common thing. I've been following Joe Rogan for since the news radio days. I've always liked this.
Yeah,
he was my favorite news radio character.
Fear Factor, so that's not quite as far back as you, but I don't know. He's definitely more invested in his podcast now than he is anything else.
Well, that's all he's got right now. I mean, he's still because the thing is Rogan, even though he doesn't have Yeah, he's had a few Netflix specials, but the guy does still like he'll go down to the Comedy Store and just go up.
Yeah.
Like to him the stage is home, and I respect that. I think the thing is like he's what they call alt comedy, which is like it's like Joey Diaz, right? Like Joey Diaz isn't funny because he writes good jokes. Joey Diaz is funny because he tells fucking hilarious stories. And it's his attitude, and it's the way he's like he just presents this shit that he's thought, go fuck your mother, that kind of thing, right? Like Joey Diaz is a funny
they're like
dude.
90% presentation, like their presence and how they talk and how they interact with the crowd is what makes their show worth it.
Yeah,
right. I think that Rogan is really good at kind of charming his guests into a sort of place where they feel like get things out of him,
Yeah, Rogan is the kind of interviewer Dave Rubin pretends to be. Because the thing is,
somebody clip that. That is perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, can someone enlighten me on this? Because I don't follow this shit anymore. Dave Rubin, did he come out as like a God believer or something?
He's a Christian. He's a Christian conservative now. Yeah.
He's.
Now, did
I'm
just
sorry.
happen recently?
Well, no, he's been a
Christian.
Well, no, he's been a Christian conservative for a long time. He's just now saying it because he realizes that's what the market wants. Because Daddy Peterson can't tow him along as a shitty opening act for his life coaching sessions anymore.
Sorry, but what a Jew.
I mean, yeah, it's a walking fucking contradiction, dude. It's
no, I mean, but that's the thing.
No, it isn't. He's a grifter. He's friends with Candace Owens, man. That's all I needed to know about him.
Yeah, no, Dave Rubin's a piece of shit. Dave Rubin needs to go back to whatever fucking Panera Bread he came out of. And just continue
he came from the Young Turks.
Part of the Young Turks.
He's been a grifter forever.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the point. I mean, but what I was saying, though, is when it comes to Rogan, right? Like, Rubin likes to paint himself as like, oh, I'm the interviewer anyone can talk to, right? And that's just because he's like, but the radical left, I'm still liberal. I put dicks in my mouth. That kind of shit. Fuck him. Rogan, though, like, will legit sit down with anyone and, like, whatever they're telling him, whatever they're talking about, he's into it. Until it comes to that point where, like, wait, no, I know that's full of shit. Let's dig into how you're full of shit here now. And he will mercilessly dig into how full of shit someone is.
Yeah, there was a time where he used the Socratic method on Ben Shapiro and just melted him for 2 hours. We were listening to that podcast on the way from Chicago, and we made it like completely on the southern side of the state, and we just could not believe what we had heard. Like.
Well, no, I mean,
Ben
if you look
Shapiro just melted under Rogan because he couldn't. Knew he couldn't fuck with the clout.
If you looked at any of his interviews, you looked to his interviews with Rubin, he did it. Candace Owens, he did it. Ben Shapiro did it. Steven Crowder, he did it. Right. Each one of these grifters, and let's be honest with ourselves. Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, especially Steven Crowder, and also Dave Rubin. None of these people should be respected as public intellectuals. They are not. They are the same media Mickey, let me make this point.
Sorry. Okay.
Dave Rubin, Steven Crowder, Candace Owens, any of these fucking people. They are not the bold new media that was promised to you by Sargon. They are not the bold new media that Paul Joseph Watson, who is another shitheel grifter who needs to be fucking stomped back into whatever bagel cafe he belongs at. These are not public intellectuals. These are con artists. These are people with a public platform who can, through use of prying at your prejudices perhaps, or poking at your insecurities can somehow get you on board with their vision of the future, even though it's an ill-defined vision based solely on you paying attention to them, while they talk about people that they're convincing you are bad guys. These people are not good people. I'm going to go that far. I'm going to go out on that limb. Because most of the time I give the benefit of the doubt to everybody. I say to myself, maybe this person's just got a bad perspective. Maybe they got different ideas. No, these are not people of integrity or ideas or perspectives. These are bad people who exist exclusively to manipulate your opinions and your emotions using talking points and buzzwords, going all the way back to fucking Edwin Bernays, who figured out how to manipulate the masses to get into World War fucking One. These are the same creatures. They are preying upon you. And if you cannot realize that, you are lost. If you can figure this out, realize who is full of shit, and stop listening to them. Even if that's me. Because I'm not trying, but if I'm doing it by osmosis, well, shit, I'm more talented than I thought. And that was the end of the clip. Crap, get that.
He's your clip slip.
Oh no, I can just trust him. I know he'll clip everything. The dude clips shit. Him and Deadwolf. He clips shit he thinks is worthwhile. Deadwolf clips shit he thinks one of us will find funny. Kind of nice. As you wanted to say, Mickey.
Dude.
Never mind. Sorry.
Well, you don't have to be sorry. I already stopped you. You can say your thing now.
Okay. No, I was just like, no, I gave it a second thought and decided not to go with what I was going to say.
Yeah, if people who are on YouTube did that shit, maybe things would be a little bit better.
If people who are on YouTube did that shit, there would be no YouTube.
Yeah, I kind of like it when people just say stupid shit.
I mean, yeah, we all are opinionated to some extent, and you know, when we have experiences with YouTubers that are less than positive, then yeah, our opinions are shared. But yeah.
Well, I just love this. DC Valentine just commented on YouTube. Joe Rogan plus Alex Jones equals unobtainium.
No.
Yes.
There's some deep philosophy going on there. Wow.
There is.
I do think Alex Jones is one of the worst people in media, period. And I think Alex Jones, honestly, like, I don't say this often, especially as a guy who's, like, had to fight for his own kid. But, yeah, fuck Alex Jones. I hope all the bad things in life happen to him and no one else.
Nick, do you think that Alex Jones has any weight to pull as far as, does he have any influence anymore? I mean, isn't he just
Mickey,
as some fucking loudmouth idiot?
Mickey, you have to understand though, when you ask me that question, I'm answering from a relative perspective, right? Alex Jones will always reach more people than, for instance, I will. Now, I'm a solipsist. I'm not sure any of you are even real. But no, I mean, Alex.
Another word I gotta Google.
No,
okay.
Here's the thing. No, the sad part of Alex Jones is that I remember I caught him back in 2005 when Loose Change was blowing up, and Zeitgeist and all those conspiracy theory DVDs.
I saw the Zeitgeist movie.
Yeah, you'd either download them or you'd get them in like a DVD jewel case that somebody at some Free State fucking rally would hand you. Like, I remember him. I remember him talking about, like, I went up to Canada and I was staying at this bed and breakfast, and there were SWAT teams outside saying, "We're coming to get you, Jones. We're coming to get you. We're gonna kill you." And I'm like, and I remember thinking back then, I'm like, this is fucking so entertaining. This is so hilarious and absurd, and it's entertaining. And oh, thank God we're a country of thinking people who aren't fucking retarded. And then it turns out, yes, we are a country of people who are fucking retarded. Alex Jones gets
Right.
booted off of YouTube for saying heinous fucking shit, and all of a sudden that's a free speech fight. Fuck off. No, honestly, yeah, listen, all of you fucking red pill cunts who think that Paul Joseph Watson is the voice of a generation, please kill yourselves. Fucking, what is the fucking point? If we're gonna
Free speech, yes. Free from consequences, no.
Well, this is the thing too, though. It's like, you know, it's like, where's the conservative notion of a private company should be able to do what it wants? Oh, all of a sudden now the government needs to step in to not to protect public health, not to protect public safety, not to fucking unfuck the police, not to deal with any of the shit that we are seeing flooding at us every goddamn day. No, what we needed the government to do was step in so that Alex Jones could say that the Sandy Hook kids who were shot fucking dead were actors, and that their parents, in all of their grief and mourning, were just actors. I'm sorry, if you are on that side of things, if you think that Alex Jones is the real fucking the real fucking the canary in the coal mine in terms of your free speech, you're a fucking retard. You don't have a clue.
Agreed.
You don't have a fucking
Agreed.
clue what you're talking about. And all because you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, perhaps, doesn't mean that you're not fucking retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Some of the dumbest people on the internet have 100,000 plus subscribers. I'll just be...
Well, that's what I don't like about YouTube. Like they're going to demonetize people that stand up for what's right and actually out of the fear of outing yourself as a liberal or as somebody that truly has compassion for the citizens of this country. They're going to demonetize you for that, but they're going to platform fucking racism and fucking alt-righters.
Well, the thing is
the
YouTube does
assholes.
No, YouTube does.
YouTube was better before anybody was monetized.
Yeah.
Let's be real, guys. YouTube's heyday was before Google.
Yeah, the pre-acquisition was actually the best time.
Nobody
of YouTube,
was making money on YouTube. People were just putting videos on YouTube for the fun of it, and that's really when YouTube's the best. I don't like to be preached at. I don't. I like Nick, and I don't like to be preached at. Sorry, Nick, but
am I?
No,
honestly,
Nick, you're really good, but like, I just don't want to mess it. Show me cats.
Like,
show me cats and like skating accidents. All right,
Kittens,
that's what I want.
And
Show me dogs who don't know how to go downstairs.
Show me like people in foreign countries. I don't know how to speak their language, but they're laughing about something, and it must be fucking hilarious. Show me Hitler angry at his Xbox account getting canceled. That's the shit I like to see. I don't want to see pedantics.
I want to watch Leroy Jenkins and Star Wars Kid mashed up. Like, okay, is that? Can we have that? And you know what? Moms with Hat 13.
Let me ask. I think this is a good question, and then we're gonna round the show out soon. But so loads of people, myself included, like we came into, we started watching YouTube a while ago, whatever, and then we like fell into certain circles. We watched certain people talking this and that shit, right? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, the new media, blah, 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 right? Like, oh yeah, us douchebags from our apartments with our webcams and our microphones, we're gonna change the world. We memed a president into, I've noticed though, whereas I used to watch a lot of intellectual content, as it was, I like most of those things I used to like, I can't stand anymore. And now what I find watching, I fell down this weird rabbit hole. I started watching comics explained, because I'm an old nerd like that. And I watched like a 20-minute video on, I think it was like breaking down like the last comic version of the Thanos War or whatever. And then I find there's a 7-hour video explaining the history of the Avengers. I'm like,
Oh God.
What the fuck kind of dedication does that take? Holy, that's like a Ken Burns documentary about a fucking Marvel comic. I love it.
And you watched all of it.
No, I didn't. Well, I've watched. I'll put that shit on and I'll listen to it, and like I'll do like dishes and I'll clean the kitchen and shit, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's what that stuff's good for. I think like 90% of the long form videos are meant for people who just let the algorithm play something for them while they're asleep.
Well, that's the weird. Here's the weirdest thing. Let me give you the weirdest thing I've discovered that YouTube's algorithm does. Right? And I think it's because I make a lot of jokes between Facebook and Twitter. Usually just to poke at homophobes. Now I'm straight as an arrow myself, but like it's like I love making homophobes uncomfortable. So I'm like, hey man, can I maybe suck that dick sometime? It's like, I love that shit. But I mean, so like I make those jokes in text. And then what I noticed is I was watching all the riot footage, and then I'm like, I want to hear from Cornel West right now. I'm going to watch a bunch of Cornel West. Yeah.
That's an interesting looking fellow.
Oh, he's a fucking national treasure. I fucking love Cornel West.
He's awesome.
But then I'll be like, so I'll have my phone on, right? And I'll be like listening to the YouTubes on my phone, yeah? And then like I'll like look below the video and it'll have this like serious looking black man. And it's like, meet black singles in your area. Like, I don't know if your algorithm's working. Or is there something I don't know about myself?
You know what? I get a lot of that. I'm pretty white. I live in a very white area.
Yeah, you couldn't find black singles if you tried.
No, I can. I just have to do
I've
a
met
bit of driving.
both of the black singles in my.
Okay, so I have like almost every issue of Black Panther. I'm the only guy who reads Black Panther in like 100-mile radius. I am very close to having a Black Panther tattoo because of that. Because I said Black Panther like 9 times here, I will get ads for Black Panther shit. All right.
Oh.
Because my cat has a fucking Welsh name, I get ads for Welsh shit. All right. So, like, right now I'm just trolling.
It's like, I could just imagine you like seeing. I could just imagine you seeing like an ad come up on Facebook like Clargana. Fuck is that? Oh, she's got nice tits. Click.
Oh man. Okay.
Meet Welsh singles in your area.
I want a Welsh single. Are you kidding me? Love the accents. Wow.
Oh man. Dude, I get the weirdest ads that I can imagine. Like, because I have a black cat named Daisy, I get flowers and sex toys. That's the ad.
If there's a sex toy that has anything to do with a daisy, I want to see it. Absolutely.
No, but Black Cat's a popular brand for, like, bondage.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like...
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like, hey, you might like...
So I get, like, flower shops and bondage gears. So apparently I'm a mid-40s divorced ex-Mormon.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of fucking weird furry shit coming at you soon.
Also known as everyone who swipes right on Tinder for me, which is fun because I'm 30 and have no kids. But hey, cougars that don't want me to call them back, I'm kind of okay.
Well, see, I love the fact, like, so we live in what feels like a technologically advanced era, but we are really still at the infancy of all of this shit. Like, what is it? I was literally, so, like, I don't sleep too well anymore at all. It's weird, like, when I get into bed, I'll sleep for, like, an hour and a half and wake up, and then won't be able to fall asleep again for, like, 3 hours at least. It's a fucked up thing I'm working on. So I've been sleeping on this futon quite a bit. I'll just, like, put something on, like, today, actually. I laid down there, like, fucking, I don't know, like, 12. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to put Letterkenny on and I'll just fall asleep watching this thing. And I was up until 10 in the morning. Not because I was really into Letterkenny, but just because I couldn't fall asleep. And so, like, finally fell asleep. And around, like, 1:30, 2 in the afternoon, my phone starts ringing. And it's 50-50 with that. It's either important, because everyone knows not to call me. I don't like phone calls. But I know it's either important or it's a scam. So I pick up today and it's this automated recording about my car warranty. The irony being I don't own a car and I haven't in a very long time. And
yeah.
I was really tempted. I just wanted to get the Indian guy named James, you know? Hello, my name is James. I am calling you from Santa Monica. It's like, oh yeah, is it Santa Monica or is it and Punjab? Fuck off. And I just wanted to ask him a shit like, how good is this warranty you're selling me? Oh, it's the best. It's the best last time for you to re-up on your warranty, sir. Okay, so if I take this warranty, will that bring my Toyota Camry back from the dead? Because I don't know where it is. And I'm going to need you to find it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you uncrush my Beamer? Like, if you can uncube the BMW and bring it back from God knows wherever it ended up, I will sign up right.
I did get one of those guys to fully take me off their list, though. I was sitting actually right here. I had Quinn doing her homework on the table over there. She's doing her math homework. I taught her division. She was doing it, and then she got this one question wrong, and I didn't want to correct her. I just wanted her to get it right. So I'm like, no, that's not right. Do it again, do it again. I'm like, okay. And she's like, Dad, this is the answer. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, no, I got the answer here. How much you want to bet? And as soon as I said that, the phone rang, and it's like, your car warranty is woefully, it's about to expire. Talk to one of our agents now. I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck it. Hello, sir. My name is William. I would like to hang on, William. I need your help here. What? I need your help. Well, okay. I suppose I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. Okay. Now I'm sitting with my 12-year-old daughter. We're doing her math homework. I told her answer is wrong. You have a computer in front of you. I need to find out which one is right. Is that okay? Okay, yes, I guess. I'm like, okay, I bring it up. I'm like, Quinn, what's the problem? And she like reads the problem out and holds the phone out. I'm like, you get that? He's like, yes, I did. I'm like, okay, hold on with the answer. What's your answer, Quinn? She says her answer. And I'm like, okay, what's your answer? And I'm like, all right, cool. He did it on the calculator. How much you want to bet you're right? She's like, I know I'm right. And I'm like, all right, what's the answer? He's like, I'm like, fucking Indian guy said you're wrong. How about that? And then I was like, hey, sorry about that. Listen, can you take me off your list? He's like, listen, so normally we say we will and we don't, but that was pretty funny. Yeah, I'll take you off the list. You won't get a call from us anymore.
Brilliant.
All I had to do was troll my daughter. So let's go down the line. No, let's go down the line. It's time to wrap this shit up. Alex Milquetoast guy. What?
Did you just call me Alex?
I don't know. I was like looking at random letters.
Alex seems like a good name for you.
It's actually Conrad. I don't have a presence on social media that you can follow right now, so sorry.
No. This is about you promoting anything you want people to see.
I have nothing to promote, so watch next.
You can do worse. I'm not sure how, but I'm sure it's possible.
The quartering is a thing that exists, so you can obviously
You could definitely do worse. There's always the quartering. All right, so thank you for that. Mickey Figgy, speak your piece. Or forever hold it.
Well, I obviously want you all to throw more money at Nick. That would be a good thing. That way I don't feel so bad for being broke right now. The other thing I want to promote is a show that I have certifiably become addicted to, and it is the cutest, most corny, most cringy fucking show on the planet. It is a show called Too Cute, and it's about puppies and kittens and how they grow up and then leave the home and stuff.
Yeah, I watched
It's
that one.
fucking adorable. Like
I totally watch it.
I can't stand it. It's on Hulu, Animal Planet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Animal Planet is on Hulu. They don't have much of a selection, because I've seen some other shows on Animal Planet. I'm absolutely,
Well,
I love Animal Planet.
I signed up for Hulu months ago, right? And forgot. You know, that's the trick to the free trial. They don't remind you that it's expiring, or if they do, you ignore it because you're like, what the fuck?
Right, they just charge your card, and you're like, oh, I just paid for Hulu, and I forgot all about it.
Well, that's how I discovered Letterkenny. You know, I was like, fuck, Hulu's like, I looked at my bank, I looked at my PayPal balance, and like, yeah, we charge this much to Hulu. I'm like, the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Okay,
dude, I pay for so much.
I went to go and cancel it. Though. That's the thing. I went to go and cancel it, and I'm like, ooh, Letterkenny is funny.
I've never heard of him.
Oh no, Letterkenny. It's a Canadian sketch comedy show. Not even. Wow, it's barely sketch. Watch it. If you have Hulu, Mickey, trust me. Go turn when you're done here. I want you to go put the first episode of Letterkenny on. You will not be disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but check out Kittens and Puppies. Is that what
Too
it's called?
Cute.
Too Cute.
Yeah, it's called Too Cute.
Check out Too Cute.
It will make you barf at least once. How fucking cute it is.
Yeah, it's better than holy shit, Canucks seen them live. You seen them live? Oh yeah, they do have a stage show. That's right. Yeah, no, Letterkenny.
Nice.
No, Letterkenny. Here's the thing to explain. Like when I say it's a sketch show, it's a troupe. Everyone involved. They've been doing improv shit together for ages, and now they have this show, and it's really fucking good.
You know what's a really good show in Canada, real quick, is Whose Line Is It Anyway? I love that fucking show. I could watch it for hours and hours and hours. I love that show.
It's a Canadian show.
Well, there's two guys on the team that's from Canada. It might be an American show. I'm not sure.
It used to be a British show, and now it was an American show for a while. Yeah.
I actually have the home version of that, the British show. No, I'm not even kidding. I got a little box that had a little
I know.
No. In it.
Yeah, I know all about it. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It makes me want to kill myself because it's improv comedy, and I hate those people. But you know.
Really? Oh.
Well, fuck you too, then. What the fuck do you think this whole show has been? You bastard.
Nick, I love you, but I'm not gonna stop criticizing you.
Well, actually, no. That's a good momentary transition because my earbuds are beeping in my ear, which means they're about to die. Cosby, hot Cosby. Give us something.
Ooh, hot Cosby. If I can promote something, actually, there's a lot of good history stuff on YouTube, and one that is really good because they don't try to get they don't get a lot of political bias in their stuff. They just stay with facts, and it's very entertaining. There's a show called The Great War. And it started in 2014, and it was a week by week in real time telling of World War I, 100 years after it happened. And now they're doing other shows under a new channel called Time Ghost, and I highly suggest looking those guys up. There's an American chap that lives in Stockholm, Sweden, named Indy Nidell. That's the host, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. So the names of the channel again is, what are they?
Time Ghost.
Prime Ghost.
Time
Ghost. Time Ghost.
Yeah, and they have other channels about the Great War, World War II. I think the World War II channel is just called World War II. Highly suggest it. There's another guy named Spartacus on it. Great host. Fantastic. Tells you everything you really need to know about the Nazis.
Well, that sounds. I'll have to give it a shot. Everyone, go check out Time Ghost. Also,
Dobby's a bit of a history fanatic, so he might like that too.
Yeah, and also go and check out Too Cute on Hulu there.
Animal
also,
Planet.
also whatever it was, Rat said.
Yeah, Greatest American Hero on Hulu. That's a good one.
Well, that has been a show tonight, everyone. I'm ending this now. Ending it. I'm probably gonna go and report myself to the FTC for being awful. In the meantime, I want the rest of you. Let's see this. I got a little case for him. It's great. Everybody else, in the meantime, thank you for stopping in. Thank you once again to Lord Flappy Hat, Mickey Ficky, Crab90 for the generous donations to keep the show alive. I will be back once again on Monday. As always, Monday is a thing. We cannot get away from it, and I will be here for it. Catch me here again on Monday, 8 Eastern, whatever the time it is where you are. Love you all to death. Try not to be a cunt, and good night.